Alright guys, welcome back to another stream. We have Chutereve, one of the mods on the Discord channel. I'm sure you've seen him posting around, versus Togashi Komhl. Dragon vs. Crane, round of 32 match. Looks like they're selecting their provinces. Looks like Komhl won the die roll, so Shoot will be playing first.
Yeah, I mean, it basically goes without saying at this point, but going second is usually advantage for almost any deck.
Come on,
So
so
have
alright
we
guys,
have we
welcome
had these
back
guys
to
on
the
stream
stream.
before? I
We
know that we've
have
had Komhl on
we've
stream.
had Komhl on stream. We have not had Shoot. We've seen people. We've seen like decks. We've seen people playing his deck.
Yeah.
But if you want to give a quick rundown of what Shoot's trying to do with his deck, I did post it in the chat.
Yeah, so Shoot is, I believe, actually the player who developed this deck. It is a Crane deck that plays 2 copies of A Fate Worse Than Death and 2 copies of Calling in Favors as its Scorpion Splash, and that's really unorthodox historically, but one of the main features of this is that it gives you a much better chance of fighting against Dragon, which historically has been a big problem for Crane. Additionally, he has some 1x tech cards. He has 1 Admit Defeat, he has 1 Censure, and he has 1 Route, and he has 2 Test of Skill, which should mean that he'll have a better chance of seeing those unusual cards.
Shoot's really trying to. Shoot's deck really goes off with Kakita Yoshi. If you ever activate Yoshi, there's a lot of 1 cost and obviously Fate Worse Than Death events that just become, when they become 0s or 2s, like you just get a huge advantage.
Yeah, no doubt. Interestingly, both players here are actually using 42 card conflict decks. Komhl is we discussed his deck on an earlier stream, but he's the one who's playing a really unusual deck, Dragon Lion, and his only splash cards are 2 copies of Ready for Battle. So he's letting 8 of his influence go unused.
So Soto's trolling the chat with who's hyped for alternate art Wandering Ronins.
Yeah, so I don't know if you guys saw the news. FFG announced these organized play kits that are coming out, and I have to say, they put a lot of effort into it. There's a lot of cool stuff. I like that they have different prizes for the different clans as well. I think that's really cool. But one thing that FFG has historically not always done well at is picking cards that are actually good to make full arts or alt arts or whatever of.
Shoot's
And some of the neutral cards, and actually even a few of the clan cards that they've chosen this time, are not cards that most people are playing.
Shoot's got a pretty good flop here. Got the combination of Doji Shizue with the Imperial Palace.
Yeah, that's a great start. I think that, on the other hand, Komhl also has a pretty strong start.
What do you think about buying
Uh,
Initiate, No Fate, and not going with something like Swordsmith or Retsugu?
So I think he probably will buy Retsugu as well, but we'll see.
Do you like buying
I,
Initiate with No Fate, especially with his ability?
maybe against Crane, but like 1 Fate would also be nice. I think with the Seeker roll and a generally not that expensive deck, I've found that you can kind of get away with going down to 1 or 0 Fate even. So I think if I were in Komhl's shoes, I don't know. The advantage of doing him with no Fate is that it enables Feast or Famine.
Well, that's
But it
true.
doesn't look like Shoot is spending very much Fate on his own guys this round, so I'm not sure that Feast is going to be all that strong.
Oh,
Oh, wow.
he's just not
Is
buying
he
Retsugu?
playing Retsugu? Or is he going to play Retsugu 1 Fate and just buy out the whole board here?
I think if this was my flop, I would have played Initiate 1 Fate and Retsugu 2 Fate.
Yeah, I think that would have been my play as well. Komhl's not playing Retsugu. Well,
it could signify a charge.
he has 3 charges.
Yeah.
That could be what we're seeing.
Komhl. So both draw 5.
Retsugu is a really good answer to Doji Shizue because
Yep.
you can use him to kill her, and because it's not her being discarded during the Fate phase, or even if you have the favor, it doesn't protect you. Retsugu can be actually quite strong against cards that have abilities that let them stick around like that. So Doji Shizue and Steadfast Samurai.
Steadfast Samurai, yeah.
Those can be, those can be strong. Also good on cards that have some kind of sacrifice effect.
Oh yeah, like Vanguard Warrior.
Vanguard Warrior. It's really, really good against favored niece because like no one like why would you put Fate on favored niece, right? In some situations, it can actually be appropriate to put Fate on your guys just to shield them from Raitsugu. Okay, so we're seeing Shoot passes his first conflict.
Probably a military attack here.
Yeah, I think. Well, so a political attack would be very bad, given that he would immediately be bowed by the Crane stronghold. Komhl also passes his first conflict. Well.
Okay, so Shoot's probably trying to not get hit by. He just doesn't want to get hit by Restoration here, so he's just trying to play it a little bit slow, I think.
Yeah.
When you don't have he's aiming for Cautious Scout, I think.
I actually quite like passing my first conflict, in some situations. Yeah, so Shoot actually passes both his conflict.
Yeah, I think Shoot's trying to find a Cautious Scout before he does anything, actually.
Yeah, it can be a good reaction, and if your opponent passes their first conflict, it can be a good reaction to just pass your first conflict as well.
Komhl hasn't used his Swordsmith yet, has he?
No, he used it during the Dynasty phase. I do think that was a bit of a gaffe, but that is what he did.
He got a fan out of it. Okay.
Yeah, in general, I prefer waiting to use Swordsmith.
What do you think about this? Tattooed Wanderer on Swordsmith.
He's probably going to try to covert the Brash Samurai to prevent Shoot from getting a...
How many assassinations is Shoot playing?
2. Meditations. That's not what Komhl wants to see with that Tattooed
really
Wanderer
risky.
play.
I think this was a very aggressive play. Now, we're going to see a charge on Raitsugu to kill Shizue. That's the real question.
Now, so personally, if I were doing this attack, I might have gone for the Imperial Palace directly.
Oh, and just tried to...
Because he's committing basically all his stuff, and I might have tried to get the break.
Well, you wouldn't win favor anyway, because the Brash Samurai will be standing.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, I forgot about that. So yeah, I guess if he said I'm gonna lose the favor anyway, you may as well go for the increased chance of getting the break.
All right, so this is where Initiate with no fate isn't that bad actually, because he's gonna go first next time. He just gets to set up whatever ring he wants.
Yeah, that's right.
So we see a fan.
Katana on Shizue.
So I think Shoot expects a charge Raitsugu here.
I think this is gonna create a problem for Togashi Komhl actually, because with Shizue with attachments can be extremely annoying.
Does Komhl have assassination also? Komhl's playing 1 or 2?
He is playing 2 copies. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It would actually be quite worth it to play assassination here, given that Crane will often have Voice of Honor, doesn't have it up right now. It will take away a character that's sticking around, and it will give the break.
So we see Komhl's just playing a Bonsai.
Okay, he's doing a Bonsai, and he's spreading the strength gains across both of his characters, so that puts him at breaking range again. He may not have charge, or perhaps he's saving it.
If I have charge here, don't you just charge Raitsugu and then Bonsai Raitsugu? Because it's not like your opponent is playing what's it called? Fury. Fury is the main reason, right? So Komhl just gets a break. He invested a lot into that break.
Yeah, that was pretty expensive, and the fact that he hit meditations on the Dow really made that situation worse. I think that if it had been a different province, the situation might be more favorable.
I agree.
That said, Komhl is actually up on cards.
Yeah, Komhl's up on cards, and he's gonna get to challenge this Earth Ring with 2 fate on it. It's not the worst situation. It just felt like a lot of investment.
Yeah.
Like, say he had put 1 fate on his Initiate, he'd still have one of his guys around.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think it would have been good to invest a little more there. So we now see Shoot is hanging on to his Imperial Palace. We see we see the Swordsmith here.
And now we see Raitsugu. So now that Komhl has not played Yokuni, Shoot's kind of could play Challenger here. It's kind of iffy to play Challenger into Yokuni when the Yokuni player is going to go first.
That charge is still out there as a potential risk.
That's true.
Looks like Shoot just passes though with 8 fate.
Oh, I see a fate worse than death.
Yeah, that seems quite plausible here.
You can see a fate worse than death and a political rival with a couple fate on it.
That sounds scary.
Both draw 5. Shoot does not have a Cautious Scout yet, which is really unfortunate because he just doesn't have very many safe attacks. Like the longer you go without like checking for resto, and like if you ever hit resto now with 13 cards in your hand, it's such a blowout.
Yeah. I think that Komhl will very likely want to do an Earth attack here to get that 2 Fate. And
We see another
Tattooed Wanderer scene play. Interestingly, I don't think that Komhl has used his Swordsmith this turn yet. Let's see if he remembers to do that before the conflict.
Let me scroll up real quick. Yeah, correct. He has not used it. If this swordsmith gets assassinated, that'll be very
Oh wow!
sad.
It looks like he's missing that opportunity. Yeah, as you said, getting Swordsmith assassinated before a conflict starts is always a dangerous time.
Hits
Manicured Garden. Okay, that's probably the best thing he could hit.
Shoot has so much money right now, so we could just see a Fate Worse Than Death here, and then call it a day.
Yeah, and if you have Assassination, play it on that Swordsmith, given that Komhl has neglected to use its ability thus far.
Yeah, first action, assassinate the swordsmith.
In fact, Assassination should be before a Fate Worse Than Death, if possible.
Yeah, definitely first action.
Does he have it?
Well, Shoot doesn't defend, so it's and Shoot's not playing charge, right? So it signifies he has it here. He Manicured Gardens first.
Interestingly, Komhl did not go Earth. He went for the Water Ring.
It was very strange, like the way you set up the turn before, because you're gonna be first player. I think you should have a better idea of what you want to be going for instead of just putting.
It's possible that he's trying to. Yeah, I'm not sure.
Yep,
there's
Fate
Worse Than Death, as predicted. Komhl should use that Swordsmith ASAP.
As we've seen. Oh wow, Censure coming out. The one of Censure coming out from Shoot to. Oh, but the second ready for battle.
Both ready for battle were available. So now we're kind of seeing the downside of a Fate Worse Than Death,
well,
which is...
Raitsuga's still blanked.
He's still blanked, but he also is still a character that has Covert and will likely be making another attack. Though, Komhl needs to play a political buff to prevent Raitsugu from merely being bad.
Oh, we see the third Tattooed Wanderer into the conflict.
Tattooed Wanderer, wow.
We still haven't seen a Swordsmith activation.
Yeah, I can't say I agree with that.
So, this is interesting now. Raitsugu is one of the characters that, after he gets hit by a Fate Worse Than Death, isn't actually that bad, because he only has 1 glory. Like, Neaton Master and Yokuni feel a lot worse when you get hit by it. Steward of Law, okay. Probably gonna see her for shame here. If I'm Komhl, I don't commit anything else, I just pass. Okay, and Komhl does just that. Oh, we see a Katana, not a for shame. Do you commit here, or do you let Shoot win here? If I have a bonsai, I'm gonna play a bonsai if I'm here.
Looks like Komhl's passing.
Okay, that's fair. I mean, I think I either play nothing or I would play a bonsai if I had one. I don't think I would play.
He's still missing that Swordsmith, I think.
Maybe he just forgot. Oh no, there it is.
There it goes.
To take
and there's an Ancestral Show. I guess he didn't have the money to play it though. Well, on the plus side, he made Shoot spend a lot of cards in that interaction, and money for that matter.
No, Luke, it wasn't. Charge Yukuni wasn't possible. He didn't have any. He didn't have any fate left, because he played the Tattooed Wanderer.
I do think that it's likely that he. Yeah.
Like if he had gone for Earth there, he would have had.
Charge.
Well, if he had gone for Earth, he would have had
charge. He
extra
would have
fate.
used it. By the way, little fun fact, Yokune can copy Steadfast Samurai's ability, but not Doji Shizue's ability, because they're templated quite differently.
Oh yeah, Shizue is just a static ability, whereas Steadfast Samurai is a forced reaction.
That's right.
So she just passes again. She's just like, I'm not hitting Restoration, I don't care. And Komhl's just taking this opportunity. Now, one of these characters is going to get bowed. See, Komhl has passed pre-conflict already, and now he's kind of stuck in the situation where this Crane Stronghold is going to bow out one of his guys.
Hmm.
And I know he has a fan in his hand because he revealed it on turn 1 with the Swordsmith. Yeah, Soldier, I mean, Yokuni copying Sapphire Samurai doesn't really do anything, but you can do it. Okay, so now we see the Earthring. So I think he's just sending his guy in to grab the Fate off the ring. We're gonna see no defense and then Crane's Stronghold bow, probably. Because Komhl is out of Tattooed Wanderers. The classic use box chant out of Nyx. Nyx says tuned in just in time to witness the glory of Crane Box. We see a defense.
It does feel like a mistake from Komhl here. Though, actually, he does at least get the 2 Fate.
Yeah, I think he just sent the Swordsmith in to grab the Fate off the ring. Why did Shoot defend?
Maybe he just wants to be sure.
Oh no! See, Komhl doesn't have any more conflict characters that can threaten political. He has 2 Causeways, but he doesn't have the Fate for it.
Oh yeah, huh? That does seem strange.
Because he's played all 3 Tattoo Wanderers. He played 1 as a character and 2 as attachments.
Perhaps Shoot mistakenly thinks that Komhl has another ready for battle or something? Or perhaps
maybe.
he merely... I don't know. I don't think the ring is so important.
So,
okay, is Shoot going to make an attack this turn? One thing that I think that we are seeing here is that even though Shoot is doing a good job of playing conservatively and kind of building up his board, he hasn't yet even attacked at all. And in a turn like this, Komhl has gained 3 Fate just from making attacks. The game has pretty strong incentives to actually do anything. Additionally, attacking would allow it so that there's only 1 ring with 2 Fate on it for next turn.
Yeah. And then that way you can deny your opponent a 2 Fate ring.
Yep. But
Shoot's just like, nope, I'm mulliganing for Cautious Scout.
Shoot is afraid of those dragon provinces.
I mean, the only really bad one to hit would be Restoration right now. I guess Shameful wouldn't have been great, but I mean, it's not that bad. The Raitsugu was blanked for that turn. He does have the Shizue with a katana just kind of being menacing.
Yeah, Shizue is gonna... Well, we'll see. If Komhl doesn't claim the favor, that Shizue is going to be a thorn in his side for basically the entire game.
Calarel, I don't think you dump the Palace. The Palace guarantees the Shizue just lives forever, and you just get to keep putting weapons on her.
Ooh, Shoot misses the Cautious Scout. Whoa! This is another unusual card in Komhl's deck, the Itinerant Philosopher.
That's one way to get around this.
Not doing very much good.
Oh wait,
here.
no, he doesn't have favor. Yeah, never mind. It's gonna get mulliganed very quickly.
So what do you do here if you're Komhl?
You could go for Investigator and Adept. You could go, which I think he's gonna do. You could have bought.
I think Investigator Adept is my play here. Investigator is extremely strong against Crane. It's very annoying for them to face it.
I agree. I think you go Investigator and Adept. You could have gone Yokuni if you wanted and copied Brash Samurai, but he'll just get hooked.
The Investigator is also weak to being hooked here, though.
Yeah, maybe you do copy Yokuni, copy Brash Samurai if he attacks with Challenger.
Ooh, no Adept. I wonder if that's that he has Kazuei. Playing Kazuei as an attachment here is very risky because Shoot is playing Calling in Favors.
Yeah, he has 2 Calling in Favors. That could just literally be the whole game.
Yeah, if Kazuei gets stolen, that's kind of that. And I mean, perhaps you have Let Go as well, but even so.
Luke, he's got this Narishma flipping an extra province, so he is seeing 4 a turn. But I mean, he's just got to attack at some point, right? Like, maybe not. I guess I don't know. Okay, we're seeing Shoot. Oh, wow! I didn't even see these bids. Komhl bids 2 and Shoot bids 1. So I think Shoot's about to turn the corner. He's ready.
Shoots loading up his guys. Okay, I think he's pre-playing cards here. I think he's gonna make the attack, and just say, if I hit restoration, so be it. I think he's gonna try to get his hand size down by pre-playing his attachments. We already see him playing a fine katana on challenger, because Shoot, I think, realizes that he's got a. I think
this board
is strong.
Well, his board state right now is so much stronger than Komhl's. So I think if he's gonna pick a turn, this is the turn he does it.
Yeah, that's the thing. Shoot's board is strong, but 2 of his characters are going to leave this turn.
So he has. So Komhl finds Katsuki's method with Swordsmith. So if you're Shoot, you just do a mill attack here, and then you hook the Investigator into this mill attack, I think.
Yeah, one downside though.
Shoot passes his conflict opportunity again.
He didn't do it.
He's just off it. All right, so Komhl's gonna go for this firing, I think.
Even with that pre-play, Shoot is still holding firm. Yeah, I think if I'm Komhl, I swing for the fire ring. Try to honor.
Oh, he's going void.
Oh, he goes void.
I think this is fine because then it gives you 3 fate on a ring on your first turn.
Oh yeah, good point. Yeah, ironically, Shoot's lack of making conflicts is putting this into a heavy fate on ring situation. Is Komhl playing Seeker of Enlightenment? He is not.
He's not.
He's playing Enlightened Warrior somehow, but not Seeker of Enlightenment.
Yeah, Nyx is saying to poke with your Steward of Law. With fire, and then if you dodge restoration, you're fine. Here's the charge Yokuni.
Oh, charge Yokuni. So
we're gonna see a Yokuni copy this challenger probably. He could challenger and hook in Shizue, banzai his Raitsugo and kill Shizue. That's one play.
Oh, that'd be a sick play.
The other
thing that he could do is he could copy. So he could actually copy Narishma here. He could copy his Agasha Swordsmith and draw another card, or he could copy
Raitsugo and duel.
So let's see here. Let's see what else he has to play.
He could copy Challenger and hook in Brash Samurai.
Yeah, that would be fairly strong. Though.
Chat's saying that Shoot missed Narishma after Komhl passed first. So Nyx is saying if the card under Manicure Gardens is Cautious Scout, then really missing is huge.
That's a good point. Did he miss it, though? I thought I saw him use it. I could be wrong.
Chat's saying that he missed it. Both Luke and Nyx have said that he's missed it, so I'm not sure.
Yes, he missed it. He still hasn't used it now.
The real weird part about Yokuni and Charge in Komhl's deck is he's not playing Reprieve. Like, a common play here would be just to Reprieve this Yokuni.
Yeah. In fact, with Komhl having so much spare influence, he could even put a for Greater Glory in his deck.
Ooh, that'd be pretty tight.
Yep.
I mean, he's already playing 42 cards. You might as well go to 44 or whatever. Yeah, this is the hashtag Yokuni problems where you have so many options. Shoot taunting Komhl, asking if he's thinking about a 3-cost monk. If Komhl goes for the charge and then he tries to
oh man.
If he tries to put Kazue on Yokuni and then gets it calling in favors, that would just be brutal.
The only situation where I would be willing to do that would be if I had policy debated to see the So here's a crazy dream play. You copy Challenger. You pull in Brash Samurai, you policy debate Brash Samurai, who only has political 1, in order to see whether or not Shoot has calling in favors.
Yeah.
And then if he doesn't have it, you play the attachment, you steal a fate from Challenger, and then if you win the conflict, you take the other fate from Challenger with Void, and all of a sudden you're in a really dominant position.
Oh, that'd be so sick. Because then your Yokuni would stick around. Oh man, that'd be so sick.
It's a big combo. He doesn't do it. He just passes.
Wait, he doesn't copy anything with Yokuni either, which is weird.
He can still copy Swordsmith and use it, and he can still copy Narishma and use it.
Sure, but don't you think? I guess the way he sees it is Shoot's just not going to attack him, so you might as well get more cards.
Huh. Interestingly, he dishonors the Brash Samurai I think that's a fairly good play.
No, he voided the brush samurai.
Oh yeah, sorry, he voids the brush samurai.
I mean, if you're shoot here, like, do you just do a mill attack now? Now, well, the problem now is Feast or Famine is horrific also.
Oh yeah, if shoot breaks Feast or Famine in this situation, he'll be destroyed by that.
Yokuni sitting on the board.
Yeah, Yokuni taking the 2 fate from the challenger would be. I mean, I think it would immediately put Komhl in a very dominant position, given that he is significantly up on cards, has more fate, and has a break. Well, yeah, that would be devastating.
All right, let's see what he hits. There's like
All right,
3 bad things.
This is a moment of truth.
Yeah, there's 3 bad things to hit. Like Manicure Garden. If Shoot wants to see Manicure Garden so badly.
Manicure Garden is whatever. The other 3 are all horrible in different ways.
All right, so Shoot looks like he's challenging on fire. Fire. So bringing the Steward of Law is good though, because then Shameful's not nearly as bad.
It looks like Narishima takes the field as well.
So maybe it is a mill.
Public Forum. Oh, is this deck running Public Forum instead of Manicured?
Yeah.
Okay, well that's the so he got lucky. He hit the one province that isn't terrible for him.
Yep.
And he did make it a political conflict, which makes that Narishima.
Is this a mistake? Maybe this is a mistake, and Shoot just didn't click the ring too many times.
Yeah, I can't say I think that makes sense
He's
given that
attacking
this attack.
he's attacking with 2 guys that have katanas. He has mill favor and he has a nourishment in here.
What? Komhl doesn't defend.
Yeah,
I guess he'll get to use his Kitsuki Investigator anyway.
Yeah, it's public forum. Now that Shoot has 6 fate, I could see another fate worse than death on this investigator.
So here's a funny situation. In this situation, do you choose to not trigger your public forum?
Ooh.
Personally, I think I just let it break in this situation.
No, Nix. Even if he hits Feast or Famine, he can use box on himself. But then Komhl can just box the other guy that has an attachment and break Feast or Famine.
Oh, perhaps that's why it was a political conflict, because that would be easier to sabotage for Shoot.
Sure, but I just don't think it matters because the dragon box and dragon has a fan in his hand that we know about. We see it.
Nope. Wow, Miyamoto's Fury. I have to say, I think that's a little strange here.
I absolutely would not have furied here.
I think that I personally would be willing to let this break. I think if you're going to try to play cards, I would have defended the conflict. Oh, but it looks like Shoot is fine with that outcome.
See, I think I would have defended my investigator there and looked at his hand. The way Shoot set up this turn, it looks like he's another fate worse than death.
So well, let's see here. So Komhl could go with.
No, see, Komhl hasn't pre-played an attachment on his swordsmith. It's just gonna get boxed now.
Yeah, he's walking into it.
Like, he has a Kitsuki's method in his hand. Absolutely, just play Kitsuki's method.
It's possible that he's saving it to put on an investigator to try to enable a policy debate or something. But I think we would have maybe seen
he has a fan in his hand too, like just a straight up fan.
Okay, well in that case, yeah, he should have pre-played his Kitsuki's
like
method.
if he has Fury and he's gonna use it there, I think you just defend with the investigator, investigate Shoot first, see his hand, and then you can put method on your swordsmith and do a political attack.
So what ring do you go here if you're Komhl?
I think I go Earth. You could also go Water, and if you go Water, you can unbow Yokuni and win favor out from underneath the palace. I think I actually go Water. Because you'd have 2 rings, plus you'd have 3 from Yokuni. What do you think about that? No, next, because, like, he's going to be first player next turn with 3 fate on air. Like, you can just go air next turn.
Yeah, interestingly, if he had gone Water, he could actually steal the Imperial favor.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, you just steal favor out from under the palace. And then once the then Shizue dies...
Oh, I actually really like that play. I think that would be great.
Yeah, I think I absolutely go Water.
And then we see... Okay, so let's take a look here.
Ooh, Nobles. Okay, so...
Noble stack would be a good one to take.
Games.
With these political rivals, it doesn't seem that Komhl is likely to be able to win this conflict. It's also possible that Voice of Honor would be a good card to remove. Boy, that's a strong hand from Shoot. However, he really lacks cards that can be played in a military conflict.
He has for shame combo too in his hand. So he makes Shoot discard Voice of Honor.
I guess he's going to try to make Shoot play more cards into this conflict.
Yeah,
I think No, I think Shoot is. Perhaps Como has a court games of his own. I think Shoot in this case would be well served to go for the to go for a noble sacrifice here. Yeah, yes, Como indeed has a court games. So that will probably allow him to dodge the noble sacrifice here. It's interesting then that Shoot didn't dishonor the Togashi investigator.
You what, to bring it down to neutral?
No, with the fire ring earlier to kill it.
Oh, sure. Maybe he just doesn't care.
Wow, is Como fighting against a political rival on defense?
I think
This
he's
could be
gonna win,
interesting.
actually. Oh, no, he's not. The enemy has a court games. So he plays Method, goes up to 9. Yeah, actually, I think he'll win.
Yeah, no, but well, if Shoot hits him with for shame, he's going to have
Oh,
to
and
bow.
yeah, never mind. He has Steward and for shame
wait,
combo.
court games doesn't do anything though. He can put the court games dishonor on his Agasha swordsmith.
So we see a for shame.
Okay, that removes the honored status. So Komhl could play his fan, yep, and then he can stronghold up to 9.
So
and be
if
winning.
Komhl had just pre-played Kitsugi's Method on his swordsmith, he would have won this.
I think he will. I think he may win it regardless.
No, Shu can play his Steward of Law and make it go to 10.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. But does he want to? I'm not sure it's worth it.
Maybe if this was water, I would. But I mean, maybe not for Earth. I don't know.
Yeah.
Think of it this way. So, the Earth Ring is gonna be worth 2 cards. Is a Fate worth 2? Is a Fate worth a plus 1 card for your opponent, minus 1 card for you?
Well, it's a and a card.
Yeah,
So
that's
it's
fair.
basically like I'm going to spend a fate and a card to prevent him from gaining a card. I think that's often not worth it.
Not worth it. Okay, maybe if Shoot had 2 Fate and he could play the Steward and have it stick around.
Yeah, I agree. Ooh, policy debate.
Now we see a debate.
A little. Okay, so perhaps he will take the noble sacrifice at this phase. That's not really a card that you want to have sitting around against you.
Especially with double court games in opponent's hand.
Yeah, no doubt. I think I will take the noble sacrifice in this scenario. Political rival. Okay. I really do have to question why he didn't use policy debate with Yokuni and various other
Alright, well there
things
goes the
earlier.
Steward of Law anyway.
But that's a well. So that noble sacrifice is still sitting there, though. And I think that,
Luke makes a good point in chat. He couldn't dishonor the investigator because Steward of Law was in that conflict. Oh, and a Cloud the Mind from Komhl on the Shizaway.
wow,
See ya.
that's a troll option.
Alright, so, I mean, this Shizaway is going to die, finally.
Well, I guess there's not all that much. Cloud Nine on political rival can sometimes be really good because the political rival loses the strength on defense since that's part of its card text.
Loses covert also.
Yeah.
Oh, Sandy Bell's asking who Yokuni copied? I think he just didn't use it.
Yeah, I think he just forgot to use Yokuni.
Yeah,
he
he should have Yokuni. I'm gonna scroll up. He should have Yokuni done for his swordsmith.
I think that given that he had the policy debate, he should have gone, even if he didn't have Kazuo in hand, I think he should have gone for the line of play that I was discussing earlier, where you copy the
Yeah, you copy the challenger, hook in the brash samurai, policy debate, and then you go for it. Absolutely.
Yeah. I think that would have been a very strong play.
Wait, he's playing
Okay.
Seeker of Enlightened Warrior?
Yes, unfortunately.
I really don't like this card.
So Como here can play very heavily in the dynasty phase because he's probably going to take 4 fate in the conflict phase.
There's 4. Oh yeah, he put the investigator ring on. Oh, there's our cautious scout. Our boy's here.
Cautious Scout is on the field, and Shoot can freely send Cautious Scout against one of the provinces that he knows Como doesn't want him to get. Okay, so right now the thing that I worry about as Como is that noble sacrifice. I'm shocked that he didn't discard it, quite frankly.
So, one good thing about Enlightened Warrior is it lets you it gives you a free card you're gonna mulligan for Togashi Mendicant.
Well,
Luke's saying in before Cautious Scout gets assassinated on Komhl's first attack. Alright, if you're Komhl, what do you do here? You're obviously attacking the air ring. Do you just do a chump attack with, or I guess you just have to send your investigator in first, because if you don't, it's just gonna get hooked by the challenger. Because like challenger could attack public for him and just hook the investigator on a mill attack. Now, did Shoot draw the second Fate Worse than Death? Here's the real question.
that would be really useful to have here.
So,
So we're going straight for political conflict. Okay, so probably what's going to happen here is Komhl is going to use his... This is actually a good way to deal with that noble sacrifice. So even though the court games can dishonor his investigator can immediately use his ability, and unless...
Shoot drew a second. I think Shoot has 2 noble sacks, right?
Yeah, unless he's drawn the second noble sack, that will let him dodge the bullet. I still would have taken it earlier, though.
Why is Shoot defending with this challenger? I'm very confused.
Shoot has a route in his deck. He may want to route the investigator.
Oh, that'd be so sick.
That would be a very strong play. Though, I think Komhl is actually happy with the conflict regardless, because he has...
Yeah, I mean, the ring doesn't matter in this conflict.
Yeah, I mean, if you're like, I'm going to use my conflict opportunity to take 4 fate and bow my opponent's best character, I think that's still pretty strong. Okay, there's the court games. So, interestingly, the only character who is available as a noble sack target is the Doji Challenger. Okay, we're seeing this. It looks like Shoot does not have the Fate Worse Than Death and only has 1 copy of Noble Sack.
Wow, he made him discard the Voice of Honor.
Komhl is playing close.
Komhl just doesn't care. He's just like, whatever. You're gonna noble sack me, do it.
I guess the only character, if Shoot can play his Young Harrier and honor it, a noble sack would be very strong here.
Yeah, like firing.
Yeah. Wow, I don't know.
Maybe Komhl has another court games here.
I think it was unwise for
Komhl has another court games.
Okay. I think it was unwise for Komhl to put Fate on the fire ring here. Probably, will Komhl use his Stronghold for the break?
I would. Yeah, absolutely.
So in this situation, Shoot can stop the break by playing his Young Harrier, which I think is probably a strong thing to do. In fact, we'll see if Shoot goes for it. Yeah, I would play it probably with Fate.
Luke, looks like you were wrong. Shoot does not have calling in favors. Yep, here comes Young Harrier. One.
Predicted it. Young Harrier on the field. So let's see. Does Komhl have any political
Komhl could just play Kazuo as a character.
Komhl could play Kazuo as a character. That actually wouldn't be that bad.
Like
Though, actually, wait, no. He knows... I think if you have Kazuo, you play her as an attachment and steal the Fate from Challenger. Okay, looks like Komhl's just going to pass. He made Shoot play out the Harrier. I will say, Komhl is doing a great job of card advantage in this game. He's absolutely wrecking Shoot on card advantage.
He's up 7 cards right now.
Yeah.
Well, let's see. So Investigator's taken 2. So he spent 2 fate to take 2 cards right now.
Yeah, so he's used his Investigators.
I kind of don't like the way Shoot's played this game. I think Shoot was too passive. I think the turn where he had the bigger board, he needed to make a stronger play. Because he's just hemorrhaging cards right now, and his board is like not that much better.
I think Shoot has reason to be concerned about just kind of running out of gas on this one. However, if he draws one of his Yoshi, given that Komhl has just been letting him have the favor, that could be very, very strong.
Yeah, no, Nix, I understand. Like, I agree with some of his earlier passes, but like the turn where he only drew 1 card, that signified that he was going to start attacking. Like I totally am down for being afraid of Dragon Provinces if you don't have Cautious Scout.
Interestingly, his first attack is not with the Cautious Scout.
So he coverts. Let's see.
I don't know why you aren't defending this, given that noble. Oh, okay.
Fury.
Well, it's because he has.
This is why he's made sure that Shoot hasn't had any counters. He just keeps taking the counters, and then he's just gonna and then he knows the Young Harrier is not there anymore. Yeah, that was good.
That was good management by Komhl. I doubted you. I doubted you unnecessarily, Komhl. I'm sorry.
All right. So
okay, let's see here. So actually, Komhl has a reasonable shot at taking the favor here. So if he does his next attack,
I think he fire.
He does the water ring. No, he's going for the void ring.
He's just gonna void this challenger then. That's fair. I think fire or void are both reasonable. Void's very, very tasty here. Like there's 3 good targets: rival, challenger, or if you just want to get the Cautious Scout off the table, there's also reasonable.
If he has any weapons, I would send the Mendicant in on this attack as well, just to make it so that he doesn't have to play anything in order to break. and then stand up the Niten Master for the defense. But it's possible also that he's just farming rings.
Next, he risked restoration at 8 cards in hand. He risked restoration at 8 cards in hand. That turn, the bigger risk was Feast or Famine, not even restoration.
Okay, so now we see Bonsai. He does the small Bonsai. He knows Shoot's hand. He knows what's going on. He voids off the challenger, and he's broken the province. So now Komhl passes. He doesn't have any weapons for his Niten Master. That's very unfortunate. Man, that's really bad luck. Especially, does he really not have them? Is this some kind of bait? It doesn't make any sense. He's played.
I'm trying to think. Okay, so Cautious Scout's gonna go in. See, now if he has restoration, it's like such a whatever. He'll only have 5 cards in his hand.
He's drawn 24 cards and he doesn't have any weapons. I guess he only has 6.
No, he has a dice show in his hand. Absolutely has a dice show. We saw him get it with Swordsmith.
Why didn't he use it?
No, yeah, we know. I know he has a weapon in his hand. We saw it with Swordsmith. It's an ancestral dice show.
Then why hasn't he stood his Niten Master? This is very confusing.
Yeah, because then if he had like I don't know.
I can't say I agree with that decision. I think if he stands the Niten Master, this conflict will be very easy for him to defend. He's not defending it.
And Shoot has
He's
favor.
Just letting his shameful break. Does he have another? Oh, he has assassination.
Oh, sure.
Okay.
Oh, is he gonna stand Niten Master to take favor?
Okay. If I'm Komhl, I play that Daisha to stand my Niten Master and take the favor.
Yeah, absolutely.
With the standing glory. I would absolutely do it. Oh man.
Because Shoot's literally had this palace out for the whole game.
Komhl, do it. Komhl, steal that favor, bro.
Anytime you can steal favor from someone who has the Imperial Palace, it feels so good.
Dude, man, Komhl, steal that favor, man.
Prove us wrong, man. Show us.
I'm rooting for you, dude. Do it.
This is a Jerry Maguire moment, man. Show me the money.
Okay, the conflict's over. Komhl passes. He's not doing it.
Right.
That's tough.
I'm very confused.
I would steal that favor. I think it's quite important.
I think actually I would have stood my no. So if he had stood as Niten Master, you know what he could have done? He could have just blocked with both his characters, assassinated the guy, and then honored his Niten Master and dishonored his mendicant.
Oh, tricky.
And then he would have ended up with an honored character on board against Crane. So if the Crane drew the 3rd Voice of Honor, it would be dead. I don't know. I think I would have gone for something like that.
It's kind of janky, but kind of sick. Okay, so here's another
thing.
Also,
Sumiko is another reason you want to get favor.
Does he have Sumiko in his deck?
I think he has 2.
He has 2, yeah. Okay, so we'll see what comes up from these provinces, but I have to say I think that Komhl would be in a stronger spot if he'd done that. There's Kakita Yoshi. Yep. So that's the card that Shoot needs to dig him out of this situation, and Komhl just let him have it. Additionally, we see a Doji Shizue. Ooh, that's gonna be tough for Komhl. I think in this game.
Yes, he flipped Yoshi and I mean, I think if Komhl had just, I think has not been putting enough importance on the favor.
I agree. I think that so in this situation, Komhl would be down 1 card, but it would be an attachment that was in play. He would be down 1 fate, but he has a ton of fate. And he would have the favor, which would make that Yoshi a very weak play instead of an excellent play.
And the Shizue.
I honestly think that his attack also should maybe even have gone towards the Imperial Palace. On the other hand, Komhl is probably still up, but he would be so much more up if he had played that just a little bit differently. Niten add up to 2 fate. That's bold.
He has not seen an. Oh no! He knows that Shoot. I think Shoot has an assassination in his hand.
Does he?
Yeah, I'm like quite certain.
In hand?
I'm gonna scroll up real quick. Yep.
Why would he?
Yep. Chutereve has an assassination.
Why would you play Niten add up 2 fate? That's insane.
Komhl's 1. I
don't like this play at all. I think Komhl is throwing away his advantage here, though. We'll see. Because, all of a sudden Kakita Yoshi is active, and Komhl had been doing so well in card advantage, but he's about to lose it. assuming that Kiyoshi will trigger. I suppose it's possible that
Cloud the Mind. He is playing 3 Cloud the Minds.
yeah, he does have 3 clouds, so maybe he has that, and he knows he's going to be able to shut down that Yoshi. That would, if that's true, that would also make it more logical that he's not prioritizing the favor. If he thinks, okay, if my opponent sees Yoshi, the answer is ready. On the other hand,
Shoot does have what's it called? He's got that card. Calling in favors.
On the other hand, if had Komhl seen his Sumiko, he would certainly, I think, be lamenting his decision to drop the favor.
Yeah, there's the calling in favors. I'm surprised he put in the political rival instead of the Young Harrier. I guess he could use the Young Harrier's ability and go into Shameful.
Yeah, I think the Young Harry's ability is way less relevant here. Now, here's a question. It looks like Komhl doesn't have another Cloud the Mind, or if he does, he's holding it. Shoot passed his conflict again. Shoot is playing so defensively. There, and here comes the Kitsuki Investigator to take another look at Shoot's hand. Investigator is such a mean card.
Is it mean? I don't know if mean is the correct term.
Oh, I hate playing against that thing.
I think you go water. You go water here.
Yeah, water, get the 2 fate, bow out somebody.
Yeah, just threaten. And then I like this attack too, because even if Shoot does have a fate worse than death, it's not even that big of a deal.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, even a fate worse than death pumped by Yoshi, which is very much a live option at this phase. Once he uses Yoshi. Okay, so yep, there's Kitsuki Investigator's going in. He's confronting Yoshi. Ooh, shameful display. That is not what Komhl wants to hit. It's so strange that he's avoiding that Imperial Palace. I would be gunning straight for it. Okay, here's a question. Do we see... Shoot has used 1 calling in favor, so he only has 1 more in the deck. He didn't have it earlier. He might have drawn both of them this turn, but do we see Kazue here to steal a fate from Yoshi?
You have to see his hand first.
Okay, Shoot immediately assassinates the Niten Adept, as we predicted.
Yeah, okay.
Very strange to put 2 fate on that Adept.
So we see double Bonsai, Core Games for Shade.
Oh, I think. Oh, you have to take Noble Sack here. I think
he has 2 Noble Sacks.
Oh, but he has 2 Noble Sacks, so you can't. That's a big problem. Maybe you take Court Games.
Do you care? Do you care if this Investigator gets Noble Sack?
Yeah, maybe you don't care.
Because he'll lose Shizue. I mean, the Investigator's done its job.
Yeah, that's true.
Takes policy debate.
The policy debate.
I don't dislike that.
Yeah, I might have gone for the Court Games, but I think the policy debate is reasonable. I think Shoot's only playing 2 policy debates. Okay, Shoot uses Yoshi. The fact that both Noble Sacks are available does mean that the Kazue play is now very weak.
Correct. Because
he'll simply get killed. Okay, so Komhl's just gonna pass, and I think that's not bad. He's gonna waste Yoshi's. He's going to waste Yoshi's fate discount in all likelihood, because why would you use it here?
We could see Test of Skill.
We could see Test of Skill. Okay, so he's gonna honor Yoshi. He may have drawn another policy debate.
Ooh, that would.
He has 2, right?
Yeah.
And we've only seen 1, so he could potentially do a counter policy debate here. We'll see what happens next. The counter policy debate here. Ironically, even with Kakita Yoshi's ability, Komhl is actually up on cards again.
I mean, yes and no. Like Shoot's playing his cards, right? Like Like,
That's what I mean. I think Shoot is being
well, I mean, he just played Way of the Crane there.
yeah. So Shoot is not well. First off, Shoot's getting hit by Kitsuki Investigator every turn.
Yeah, that's true.
So that's brutal. And now we see another Kitsuki Investigator who's going to potentially show up and ruin Shoot's day.
On the uh, on the plus side, he doesn't have to worry about. Wait, uh, Nix points out that Shoot did not use Shameful Display.
Well, that's a bit of a gaffe.
What?
I think we have seen a few errors from both players here. Not just in terms of
What's
overall
Shoot's last
speed,
province? Is it Meditations? No, it's already hit Meditations. It's Fertile Fields, right?
Yeah, it should be Fertile Fields.
So then he's just not gonna go back there. He just goes to the other one now that he knows what province it is. Huh.
Okay, here comes the political rival swinging for the public forum. So in this situation, I think you defend with Agasha Swordsmith. And
Yeah, he's doing firing.
Firing?
So, yeah, so I think you defend with both.
Yeah, defend with both and play an attachment. Nope, defending with one.
No, you can just defend with both to protect yourself from court games. You know, Shoot's got a court games.
Yeah, that's true. I would defend with both here. We'll see what happens.
Oh, we have a route.
Route.
Because this court games is still gonna hit him though.
Yeah, that's true. But there's no good target for. Is Shoot gonna sacrifice his Yoshi? It doesn't make sense.
No. Shoot could have drawn another Way of the Crane. This is where Shoot not using Shameful Display is so bad. He would have had this Honored Shizaway that he could just noble sack off, right, or he could have put in Young Harrier into that.
On the other hand, as you say, Komhl kind of walked into this by not defending with his Swordsmith as well. I can't say that I agree with Komhl's line of play here either.
I would also like to thank all the viewers. After all the streaming, I have officially become a Twitch affiliated.
Nice.
Yeah, Nick's saying why even defend? No, he. Yeah, but it's firing, Nix. So with the firing, he can it threatens noble sack. No, soldier, it can't get converted. The political rival has Cloud the Mind on it because he used Calling Favors, which is another reason why I was so confused on why Shoot decided to move it over to the political rival. So we see a fan on Swordsmith. We see a method on. Why do we see a method on Master here? He's got a mill attack left. Does Shoot have his other Fate Wish than Death? Here's the real question. Why is he going into Shameful? What is he doing? Komhl, please.
This is a very confusing situation.
No, now he's just gonna get both his other guy dishonored, and this young hair is gonna noble sack off this Neaton Master.
A huge mistake. Perhaps he thinks that. Perhaps he erroneously thinks that Shoot has already used.
Does he have another policy debate? No, but he knows he has two.
No, it doesn't make sense. There's two.
Yeah.
This is a really baffling misplay. If Shoot remembers Shameful Display, I think that Komhl. This is
great. Luke saying he doesn't. Luke saying the palace is confusing him.
Nix, this guy is running a really weird deck. He doesn't have any reprieves in his deck. He only has his entire splash is 2 ready for battle, and he's already seen them. I think this is a huge mistake. Yep. Yep. There's Shameful Display. So your Neaton Master is gonna die now. This is completely stupid.
Yeah. a different WotC. This is a Way of the Crane, aka
Boy, what a joke.
This is that moment where you have perfect information and you still don't want to win.
The funny thing is that Swordsmith might break this anyway.
No, he's still one short because it's dishonored now.
Does he have another strength buff?
Oh, Shoot reveals an assassination. He's already played it. Oh,
that's brutal. Yeah, he does have another strength buff because of Ancestral Daito.
Wait, so why did he equip this fan?
I don't know.
He pre-conflict put a fan on this guy. Did he
Yeah,
think that like the way he played this, it felt like he thought he had a political conflict.
yeah, maybe that is what he thought. Maybe he thought he had a political conflict and he could play court games or something. Very strange sequencing. But the crazy thing is, even after these mistakes, it's actually like I actually think Komhl may be winning. Okay, so he forgot that she didn't use it in the first conflict. That's reasonable. I will say though, Komhl has used.
Is it reasonable, Kingsley, in a system that has like a chat system that lets you know if they've used it? Is it reasonable to forget that stuff?
I can see it. Okay, so now he's gonna get bowed. Shoot says that he didn't use it in the first conflict on purpose. I have to say that I think he's completely wrong there as well.
Ooh, does Komhl have an assassination here?
No, he's just gonna pass and he's gonna get bowed by for shame.
Yo.
Okay. Boy, that was a bad turn for Komhl. I really think he misplayed this turn. I also think.
I think it started with misplaying the previous turn when he didn't go for favor.
I think if he had taken that favor, this whole situation looks a lot better. But the situation's by no means bad. He still has.
His opponent's gonna have the Shizue, Steward of Law, and an honored Yoshi versus just a dishonored swordsmith.
It's so confusing that he hasn't even made an attempt for that.
He should know what the province is too, so like he should know that it's actually just not that big of a deal.
All right, let's see what happens next though. The one problem also with Komhl is he's sort of running out of gas on fate. He's very low on fate.
So he can't. Assassination was already played that turn, so he doesn't have to worry about it.
All right, there we see Komhl's best friend, the Kitsuki investigator, coming back for more.
All right, he's back. Round 2. The thing is, Komhl doesn't have any fate now.
Flop here.
Komhl's really behind on fate is the big thing.
Yeah, he is now.
So
he was quite up earlier, but. So I think Shoot is way ahead on board, but I think that he's also down 2 bricks. And, we'll see what happens next, but Shoot has also been really tentative with all of his attacks this game. It's possible that he's still waiting for another cautious scout. Let's see what Komhl does here. I think if I'm Komhl, I might play the Mendicant. Just Mendicant, no fate.
Just a sculpture next.
Shoot is very likely going to play more things, so I don't think it compromises the passing fate. And Komhl will also get 2 more fate for a ring, presumably. Oh, looks like he's going for the Initiate instead. So often the Initiate can be very strong against Crane because it disables Voice of Honor, but I think we've already seen 2 of the Voice of Honors get discarded. I think that Komhl should have been gunning for that noble sacrifice from early on with his his Kitsuki investigator. And then when he saw the second one, if he had already discarded the first one, he could have cleared that one as well. That would have put him in a much better spot. Okay, we're seeing that's actually quite a nice flip from Shoot. The one downside being that there are enough characters on field that having the Brash Samurai be the only guy in a fight is going to be a little bit awkward. Hey, we have 35 viewers here. Thanks to y'all for tuning in to this exciting L5R match.
Yeah, hell yeah. 35? That's so many. That's like 15 more than we normally get.
Yeah, I think that is the most viewers that I've yet seen for one of these matches. Lazy Ninja 27 in the chat says, I think he should have went after the Palace instead of Shameful Display all game, but that's just me. Lazy Ninja, I'm right with you, man. I think that Palace is a high priority target. All right, Shoot has just a vastly better board at this phase.
Komhl finds Cloud the Mind with Swordsmith. That could definitely help him.
That could help him. Where do you want it though? I assume on Yoshi, but Yoshi might be cleared out soon. Let's see what happens here. So if I'm Shoot,
the real thing is that I think Komhl might think that Shoot might deck.
Komhl only bid 2 to Shoot's 4.
Yeah, Komhl hasn't drawn 5 for the past 3 turns. He's been 1 or 2 bidding.
And now it is Komhl who's passing his conflict opportunity.
Is Komhl just gonna try and like defensive bid Shoot out and hope Shoot decks? Because I don't think that'll happen.
Yeah, it's strange. Way of the crane to honor savvy politician. Okay.
Then to honor nourishment, probably. Oh, you
Yeah,
honored
that's a pretty good
Shizue.
deal. Shizue. Okay, she'll. Yeah, that's probably better. I think she'll be sticking around for a while, given that Komhl seems unwilling to attack the favor here. Some people are joking. Dragon dishonor new meta. Dragon not bidding 5. So confused.
Look, man. Just cause my dial is stuck on 5 doesn't.
Oh.
And,
Komhl plays Cloud the Mind on Yoshi,
and we
and
see
Shoot
this.
uses his second calling in favors. Okay. I think in this situation, Komhl's actually made a big mistake by not swinging to get the 2 Fate, even if his attack doesn't do anything. Because if he has 3 Fate and he has Kazue, he can steal the Fate from Yoshi, which is crushing at this point.
Oh yeah, and now second calling in favors has been used. So
Yep.
now these Kazue's, this is where you want it.
Kazue's attachment is potentially just devastating for Shoot. Let's see if Komhl will be able to trigger it after taking 2 Fate from a different ring.
Oh,
Looks
so
like
you
Shoot goes for the air ring here. He's probably just trying to get himself out of danger. I can imagine his goal will be to take 2 honor.
Yep.
So here we have he's attacking public for him, and it's going to be defended by the Agasha Swordsmith, who's currently winning but won't be once Brash Samurai honors. However, Komhl can just tap the Stronghold. Let's see what we... If he has a policy debate, he should play it before the honor, but it looks like he doesn't. Has he already used his policy debates?
Komhl?
He's used 1 and he's running 2, so he still had 1 more, but I guess probably not in hand. Oh wait, actually, just kidding, I'm an idiot. This guy's only strength 1 political, even though the samurai
is 1 versus 3.
I was mixed up on what those attachments were. Admit defeat. Okay, admit defeat, bows the swordsmith. With that gaining that 2 honor, I think that it's quite unrealistic for Shoot to be dishonored, especially because he has several characters that will gain him honor when they leave play.
Shoot might just recycle. See, this is so confusing. Now he goes after the palace. Oh, I think we're gonna see a Kazue. I absolutely think we're gonna see Kazue. Because Shoot has a Paul attack, and the investigator has hung back.
Yeah, so here's the dream. Investigator hangs back. Investigator uses his ability to strip second noble sacrifice. Then he plays Kazue and he steals the fate from Yokuni. That would be the dream.
You just vampire off of Yoshi.
From Yoshi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that would 100% get Komhl back in the game if he can get this.
Though I will say, Komhl is still, despite a bunch of problems, Komhl is still up on. He's +1 card advantage, and he is still looking at 2 breaks to 0. This is a little weird. Looks like a heavy defense from Shoot, but I guess he has characters to spare at this phase. So if I'm Komhl, I just pass. What do you think? You just pass here? I definitely just pass here.
If you're Komhl, absolutely.
If he has that,
if you have Kazue, you need 3 fate.
He needs to save his fate, yeah. So I know he has enough for Kazue, but if he plays any cards that cost fate, he won't have enough anymore. Okay, yep he just passes. Very standard. So I think... Oh, actually, he's kind of in trouble because he can choose one of Kazue or Katsuki Investigator. Yeah.
Does he have
That's a good point. That's a good point. Contemplative Sparrow, because I bet this attack's gonna go straight into public form.
What if he has a court games?
Yeah, that might explain some of his behavior from previous.
Wait,
and then he just
does Shoot? Oh, it's firing being contested too.
Ooh, that's bad. Okay, so I think he has to actually prioritize the. I think he has to prioritize the investigator over the Kazuya in
Yeah,
this
I think you have to
situation.
take the noble sack preemptively. Yeah, and that's what we see here.
Yeah, gotta take that noble sack. Wow, 3 ornate fans and shoots hand.
3 fans, 2 bonsais, and an
This is
assassination.
very likely going to be a break. Yep, there goes noble sack. Okay,
So
so no more noble
we're
sacks.
gonna see Kazuya set up for next turn. We're gonna see Yoshi
Shoot
discard the favor.
uses Yoshi. If shoot can has drawn fate worse than death, does he play it? What do you think? I actually think no.
Not after the investigator uses his ability. I don't think so.
Yeah.
No, CG Sandy Bell Shoot is running only 2 calling in favors. He's got 2 calling in favors and 2 fate worse than death.
Once again, I have to say I think that this would be a very different game and much more favorable for Komhl if he had taken the favor that turn and blocked these 2 triggers.
Yeah, Convoy Sparrow, I don't think it's actually that big of a deal. So if you bid 1, like, Shoot can just go airing again. He's got some honor characters that are going to leave. I actually think you want to refill your conflict deck as Crane. Like, it's not even that big of a deal if you lose the 5 if you just airing again and then these 3 honor guys leave. The one thing that the one big problem is that Shoot hasn't hit restoration yet. All right, let's see what the bids here. I'm assuming Shoot's gonna bid 1. Shoot bids 2. I think Shoot doesn't care if his conflict deck reshuffles, because after this turn he'll gain 3 honor. Oh no, he'll gain 2. Shizue's not gonna die.
Okay. Red Sugu here, getting a katana. I wonder if Komhl has a charge for that Nintendo Master. That could be very strong right here.
We know Komhl has double Daisho in his hand.
Yeah, exactly right.
The main thing is he doesn't have Pathfinder's Blade, which is more weapons, more non-restricted weapons for Neaton Master. So like Neaton Master in his deck isn't quite as strong as it is in the deck that you're playing.
Yes, quite. You know, Komhl. Why did both players bid 2 here? Why did either of them bid 2?
Well, I just don't think Shoot cares if his deck reshuffles after this turn. Because we're gonna see Shoot go to 9 honor from his 2 honor characters leave. He could go air again to go to 11, and then if it reshuffles, it goes down to 6. Contemplate a Sparrow. I don't know what ETV is.
Probably embrace the void.
So Phoenix Splash? What? That can't be right. Uh, yeah, I personally have never seen a dragon Phoenix deck. I doesn't sound very good.
Oh, yo. Dragon Phoenix used to be the bomb, man. It was the bomb.com.
In core, right?
That's what I played at Worlds. I need to read up my Worlds report, but Dragon Phoenix, shout out to Sam RS for inventing the Dragon Phoenix deck, and shout out to, shoot, what's this guy's internet name? Yeah. I'm going to look this up so that I can give you a proper shout out, because I'm thinking of this guy by his real name, but I think it's probably better. Joseki. Shout out to Joseki for telling me about Dragon Phoenix over Dragon Unicorn back in the day.
So what? You splashed against the waves in Display of Power?
So the splash at that time when we were still Keeper of Void, and the splash was 3 Against the Waves, 3 Magnificent Kimono, 2 Display of Power. It was sick.
Oh, magnificent kimono.
Magnificent Kimono is actually good for Dragon.
I could see that. I could see that.
Magnificent Kimono on Niten Master is so good. You'd have these games where it's like, all right, man, first attack, political attack with Niten Master, and it's against Lion or something they don't defend. And you play your Magnificent Kimono, and now you're breaking, and then you're honored, and then you stand up. Just, oh man, it was excellent.
Yeah,
But that's one that goes better with a keeper role, and I think that with provinces the way they are now, Pathfinder's Blade is just really something that you want.
Oh yeah, Dragon was Keeper of Void, right?
Yeah, that's right. Contemplative Sparrow, I actually am going to disagree with you on Embrace the Void, though. I think that we don't quite have the Shigenja to support it. And I think that if we want to play more economy cards, I would actually prefer... First, I would play Jade Masterpiece, then I would play Daimyo's Favor, prior to playing any copies of Embrace the Void. But Embrace the Void is actually kind of cool because it can be used as a soft counter to Feast or Famine.
I think Jade Masterpiece. I think the 1-1 split with Jade Masterpiece is what I came up with liking.
Yeah. Okay, here we see Shoot's going into the Shameful Display, and he has a Guest of Honor there. Kitsugi Investigator just continuing the assault on Shoot's hand.
I mean, Shoot has 11 cards now, so
Well,
these test of skills feeling real bad.
Shoot loses his policy debate here. Wow, Shoot is looking at 3 bonsais. He has an assassination, but he probably can't play it. And he has 3 ornate fans. He also has a route.
The two test of skills are unplayable right now too.
Are they?
Test of skills not like Swordsmith. If you have.
Oh, that's right, because it actually discards the cards.
Yeah, so it has a dash. Yeah.
Okay, so
Chat's asking no Kazuo, so like maybe he doesn't have.
With 3 ornate fans, I think this is going to be a pretty easily.
Why does he put a fan on Savvy Politician?
I don't know. I think that's a misplay. I think it should be on the Guest of Honor.
Like you put one on the Guest of Honor, and then if it gets furied, or you can't get furied, you have Guest of Honor. Never mind.
Yep.
Chat asking why not spend the fate to the water ring so you can grab it back.
Oh, that's why. Favorable ground sends the Guest of Honor home. That's interesting. He may be going for a break. Wow.
He does have a lot of fans.
This is sort of weird, though, because I think Komhl has a pretty good shot of defending this conflict now.
So we see a method. Now the Guest of Honor's not here, events can be played?
Yep.
So, I mean, after everything all said and done, we could just see a Fury, right? He's only played 2 Furies, I think.
I really don't like this line of play from Chutereve. I don't like playing these fans just to immediately lose them.
The one thing I don't like about the way Shoot's playing this game is he's not being proactive enough with his library running out.
Look at his board. He's about to lose 4 guys. And he's making these attacks that aren't quite breaking. I think that Komhl is actually going to be ahead on board after this turn.
If Komhl defends this Void attack, absolutely. Yeah, here we're gonna see Let Goes.
Let Go against Fan, he can do that very freely because he knows that Shoot's deck doesn't have good.
Yeah, Luke is asking, shouldn't you just use the favorable ground to put the tapped Guest of Honor into the second conflict? And I completely
Metal,
agree.
I absolutely agree with you, dude. I don't understand what's going on here. This has been a very unusual game. Soto says most of this game makes no sense to me. I won't say most, but it definitely has gone in an unorthodox direction.
No, look, they're just playing catch. They're playing catch with the game right now.
Let Go.
Yeah, they're playing catch with the game. It was Shoot or Komhl threw it to Shoot, and now Shoot's throwing it back. He doesn't want to hog the game.
Boy, okay, so because of that move out, Shoot's Let Goes became enabled, and he actually won the conflict despite 3 ornate fans in the. Komhl's Let Goes became enabled, and he won the conflict.
You attack water here, I think.
I don't like the idea of attacking only with the Doomed Shigenja because I think that there is that. Well, I guess actually, Shoot probably can't play his assassination, huh? Doomed Shigenja
Uh,
boldly charging into shameful display.
you could play this. You could honor Nourishma here. Are you just gonna block with Yoshi? Is he gonna activate Yoshi with 4 cards in library?
He could.
If his line is
He's
to
using it. Wow.
okay,
Well, so here's the thing. If he can live through this, his test of skills get enabled.
here's my real question. If you're gonna do this line of play, why not block with Nourishma also, and then put honor Nourishma so you get another honor on the way out?
Maybe he's going to. Maybe he's gonna play. Okay, Ancestral Daisho. Okay, that's a good play.
Are we gonna see? Are we gonna see the test of skills now and have the deck reset?
Yeah. So has Shoot just accepted that he's gonna lose 5 honor? I think it's not totally insane. He is gonna gain 3, so he could just use his test of skills now for free. The deck reset and probably draw a bunch of cards. Does he have a duelist in play? No, because like there's like
It's Kaizen and Challenger. No, Luke, it resets the deck. I'm pretty sure because it has a dash to look at the top 3. Yeah, next, he won't. Oh yeah, Shoot has a million bonsais in his hand.
Oh yeah, no reason for not to bonsai. Does Komhl have bonsais? He's used 2 of them already. So
Okay, I don't think we're gonna see the deck reset this turn because we're seeing Shoot lose an honor to the bonsai.
Oh yeah, that would be very risky. Well, I don't know. He can probably win his next conflict. I mean,
he could just he could air also. Like Shoot could just go air on his next conflict.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so here's the anti-dream scenario for Shoot. The anti-dream scenario is that Komhl goes in for the next conflict on air, and then Shoot is about to die. So Shoot kind of actually has to win. Oh, Komhl does have a bonsai, and Shoot actually uses the 3rd voice of honor to cancel it. That's a big play. I guess it was almost guaranteed that he had it, unless it was the last.
Is it even that big of a deal with the voice of honor? Because the deck's gonna reset here, and he can just test the skill into more voices of honor.
I think it was wise to play that voice of honor.
Oh no, I agree to play it. I'm just saying it's not that even big of a deal that it was his last one. He's gonna have 3 more back in his deck.
I see that. Yeah. Okay, so let's see here. Well, so now.
No, next he's only got 2 honor on the way out. Shizue won't die.
Oh yeah, true. Ironically, in this situation, you maybe wish Shizue would die.
No, he just does air here. You just do an air conflict, and you gain 2 honor.
It's possible that Raitsugu can actually defend this.
Raitsugu duels.
Oh, I really don't like attack. So, well, if he wants Shizue to stay around, this is the wrong thing to do because Raitsugu.
Okay, he's not attacking with Shizue. Okay.
Maybe he wants her to die. Nope. Okay, he's not doing it. Okay, so I actually think Raitsugu has a reasonable shot at winning this.
Oh, Guest of Honor's coming in too, just to make so no events can be played. We know that he has a Daisho.
So let's see. I don't know that he has any events that are relevant anymore. He's used 2 out of 3 Muramotos and all 3 bonsai.
Look, Luke, you can't complain that the game was gonna take a long time. I pushed the game up just for you, and then you're complaining it's going on for a long time. Come on, man. Like, I need some help here.
Wow. Okay, so we see the duel.
Not complaining, reveling. I like it.
Why is the duel against the guest of honor? I don't know. Maybe he's like fine with losing this conflict. I wouldn't be fine with losing this conflict. I would.
You just duel. I think you duel Nourishma.
Yeah, I think what you probably go for here is duel off one of the more valuable character. Or
oh wait, no. Maybe he thinks he's gonna lose. He knows Shoot has more bonsais.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Like so you know Shoot had all 3 bonsais. Well, I mean,
maybe he decided he's gonna lose no matter what.
Well, he's only played 2 bonsais, so he does have a 3rd bonsai, but maybe not in his hand.
Well, looks like this is gonna be. So I think Shoot is now kind of.
Is that an mid defeat? Oh, for shame.
The thing that I don't like about this turn is that Shoot. I think Shoot could have done more damage here.
So does he just dishonor this Nourishma? If you dishonor Nirishma, Shoot ends up still being at 6 honor, and you can challenge airing. Oh no, Shoot's challenging airing. Never mind, never mind.
Yeah. Also, Komhl's probably not going to get another challenge. In fact, I think he's certainly not going to get another challenge. Unless he plays a guy... The problem is the Crane Stronghold's still up.
No. Challenges. Sorry. I meant like you can attack next turn for the air, but
Oh, next.
it doesn't matter. Yeah. Now we see Shoot at 8 honor. Yeah, I think Shoot's gonna end up winning now because his deck's gonna reset and he's just gonna keep playing his good cards again.
Yeah, I think Shoot's in a pretty strong position. Though, on the other hand, Shoot's board is out. He'll still have Shizue and he'll still have Guest of
Oh
Honor.
yeah, attacking Shameful. Chat's pointing out attacking Shameful's not even that big of a deal. He already used Shameful to re-honor his investigator and dishonor the guest. That was indeed the same turn.
Next turn could be a big feast or famine.
Is it though? The guest of honor will have 1 fate on it.
Depends on what else he's play. But
Is she just gonna keep this Imperial Palace? So shoot will 100% have his second fate worse than death.
Yeah, guaranteed. 100% guaranteed.
Shoots back up to 10 honor, gonna go down to 5.
This has been an odd game.
Yeah, I think Komhl was actually pretty far ahead, and then it just started to snowball out of control when the turn he didn't go for the favor. What do you think?
I agree with that. I think, well, I don't know. I think at the very start, Shoot looked to be in a pretty good position. But as Shoot continued to stand there not attacking, Komhl kind of took an advantage. But yeah, I think the turn that he didn't take the favor by standing his Niten Master was when things started going downhill for him. But, he did, board-wise, it's not looking so bad at this point. But they are now 2 breaks to 2 breaks, and Shoot has equal cards in hand. He is about to take a big honor hit, but his honored characters have got him back up to 10, so I think that big honor hit isn't going to end the game.
Oh, cool. I actually have a sub button now that I'm an affiliate.
Right?
Alright. Anyone who would like to show their appreciation for Kingsley and I, it will definitely buy me lunch one day. I would totally be okay with any subs. Oh, shoot DC'd? Oh, he's reconnecting.
He's disconnected, but he came back.
Nick's saying DDoS, so Nick's is clearly DDoSing from Singapore. I see DDoS from Nick's. He's actually the culprit. Oh yeah, the other really big mess up from Komhl was the Niten Master play where he got it noble sacked. When
Yeah, I think that was also very bad. Oh man, Shoot is disconnecting again. If Shoot disconnects and can't reconnect, that will be the unhyped end to this strange game. What's
the actual rules on that?
I think Komhl wins. I don't know.
I'm gonna ask an admin real quick. Let's see if Ray goes around. Luke's saying that Shoot has connection issues sometimes. QQ saying he tends to get it back. Yeah, I mean, I would definitely like this game to continue.
I'd be interested to see what happens. I think right now, Shoot's back. He plays an Asahina Artisan. Okay. Komhl's holding off on playing that Sumiko, which I guess makes sense because he doesn't have the favor and is unlikely to get it if the game continues to progress this way.
I think you just play Sumiko as a 4/4.
But yeah, that's the thing. He has so much fate. I don't know.
I think I would Sumiko with 2 Fate, maybe.
Here's a question, though. Is that Sumiko a bait?
Komhl could have
Komhl
charge.
trying to get Shoot to go to that province?
Komhl could have charge also.
Komhl bids 3 into Shoot's 1. So next turn, Shoot will take that 5.
Shoot has 12 honor. Like, him resetting his deck's not even that big of a deal. He has a duelist in play now for his test of skills. Komhl sends in his trusty Kitsuki Investigator at Fertile Fields. If you're Shoot, I think you gotta reset my deck right now. Draw my card. Maybe it's level 2 bit and Resto is not on Sumiko. Is Resto even this big of a deal, Nix? He just discards a bunch of cards, resets his deck, and then plays Test of Skill.
Yeah,
QQ saying, make sure it's not a level 3 bait and make sure he's actually running Restoration and Balance.
Yeah, let's verify that. Yes, he is running Restoration and Balance. That would be funny.
Shoot uses the route to send Investigator home. Favorable grounds like I'm coming back.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if Shoot thought that one through.
Wave the Crane.
All right, man. Do it, bro. Tagashi Kazue. Oh, Fate Worse Than Death knocked out.
Yeah, we knew he had it too.
Why didn't he play it? Maybe he thought it wasn't worth it, or he was saving it for Raitsugu or something. All right, man. Tagashi Kazue, steal that Fate. Let's do it, dude. That would be so
you play Kazue here, and then Shoot plays his Test of Skills and just flips into Calling in Favors again.
No, but when he plays Test of Skills, he can use Kazue before Shoot can steal it.
Yeah, so is that even that big of a deal? Because then Shoot puts it back on the oh wait, so if he uses it and then Shoot steals it, it's not a new card.
No, it's the same card. It just transfers owners.
Oh, we could just put it on Shizue and have a never dying Shizue
that would be a big problem. Oh, he's going for it. Okay, so he did it in advance.
Yep, there's the Test of Skills. Takes Calling in Favors, Wave the Crane. Yeah, now that Shoot has access to his deck again, he just gets to see all his really good cards again.
He has a duelist also. Yeah, so if I were Komhl, I would have done that.
Oh, yeah, QQ is pointing out he has favorable grounds, so the challenger...
Oh, yeah, good point.
Challenger doesn't care.
Yep. Good catch on that one.
WJMJR is saying... WJMJR is saying use limits are per player.
Are they?
I am not a rule. If this was Magic, I could give you a good ruling, but at the moment I cannot.
Okay, tight. This is very rare because there aren't very many attachments that have action abilities that people actually play. But that's an interesting thing to know if true. As for the actual situation,
he says if you steal a thing, you can use it. I mean, we always test it too.
Oh, he takes a Fate Worse Than Death back with the other Test of Skill, and he has another Voice of Honor. This is not looking good for Komhl.
I'm so confused on why he didn't play the Sumiko. He has so much Fate. What is he gonna do with it?
I don't know.
Artisan gives Challenger +3 Paul.
Okay, so Komhl could play a political buff and then use the Stronghold here.
The thing is, he just has not been able to get this third break.
Yeah, that's true. Well, he plays another Kitsuki's Method. Those Ancestrals are really doing work for Komhl.
Alright, see you next. Take care.
Yeah, there's the Stronghold. So now Winning but not breaking, of course. And shoot passes. Komhl passes. Komhl will take the win. Knocks out a bonsai. Nice.
Someone must owe those Crane a ton of favors. Look, Luke, if I get some subs, I can start getting some googly emotes into my Twitch channel. Just saying. I know Vince has them already made up. We could get googly Crane in here. Oh hell yeah! I forgot that there's Prime subs.
Okay, what's going on here?
All right, shoot discards bonsai at random. This has been just a very strange game. Are we gonna see the resto now? Does that even matter if he has resto? Like, is that
Feast or Famine onto Kitsuki Investigator would be pretty sick. Oh, but you know what? Favorable Ground is
Favorable
waiting
Ground.
to dispel Feast or Famine. So
Yeah.
really, Komhl's hoping that Shoot's hitting resto here. 3 cards is 3 cards.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, there it is.
There's resto. Yep, 3 cards. Okay.
Oh man,
the card
shoot
advantage
went the whole.
situation. Card advantage shifting back to Komhl's favor yet again.
Oh, here we go. WJMJR has posted a link. If you blackmail a character that has already used its ability, you can use it again. There you go. Now the real question is, is Komhl playing Yuruma in this deck?
I think he is not. No, he has 2 copies of it. Oh yeah, Yoruma on Restoration would be amazing. But he's got, oh man, Retsugu's going to come in here and duel that Guest of Honor. And you know what? After he does that, it's possible that Komhl will actually take the Void Ring and
Just void out the board.
void out the Challenger. Ooh, admit defeat.
All right, so shoot redrew the one admit defeat that he has.
That was a lucky. Wait, no, did he draw it? Did we know that? Did we see that?
Did he
from
get it off
his-
Tusta skill?
He did not.
So
How did he
it
redraw
was the
then?
card he got off of Fertile Fields.
Oh, wow, that was lucky.
That was very fortunate.
Well, so Komhl's got a. Oh, Komhl's just gonna pass. Okay,
And now his Doom Shingenja is gonna get bowed out here.
that's brutal. That's really negative for Komhl.
Oh, he just
Ooh,
readies
no.
the Challenger.
Challenger
Oh,
stands.
because this threatens lethal.
Yeah,
Because Challenger's
that-
5
that
on
time-
either conflict, and he has mill favor. Oh yeah. Luke saying Luke picking up the use box chant and pointing out that shoot did not use box.
Oh well, I guess admit defeat wasn't lucky, but instead was wrong and wasteful.
Use box admit defeat.
Wow, nice contrast with those reaction faces. The Twitch emotes striking back.
Luke is on it. That's why Luke's a mod on my channel. He knows what's up. Strong emote usage will get you modded. Komhl giving a hmm. WJMJR, I have won a game that way where I won because this game is hard, don't play it at home. where I won because my opponent decked out of both Conflict and Dynasty, losing 10 honor. Oh, WMJR is Bill. Oh, okay. Lol. Yeah, if you guys use different names than your Discord names, I very clearly don't know who you are. I only know Bitmetal as Luke because that's his name on Jigoku.
Okay, so Shoot is down to only 3 cards, but
He's threatening a break.
he's threatening the stronghold here. Komhl's going for an
Komhl's just
attack.
going in.
Okay, so if I'm
He must
Komhl
have
and I'm
Kazuya
gonna
in his
attack-
hand. He's just gonna play
Maybe-
Kazuya as a character.
Yeah, that seems likely. Maybe he's gonna go for a void attack and try to clear the challenger and have a board advantage for next turn. That's probably what I would go for.
I mean, that's like his only hope, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Because if he
So
doesn't,
the
if he
problem is
doesn't,
that-
well, if he
with
doesn't,
that
Shoot's gonna have first player.
Yeah. That Shizue has just been standing around all game due to Komhl's unwillingness to take the favor.
Yeah,
which I think,
if he had gone water, he could have just if he had gone water and stolen favor, he wouldn't have had to cloud that Shizue. He would have had an extra cloud. He wouldn't have had to deal with the Yoshi the turn after. Like I think that's
yeah, he had 2 opportunities. He had the one turn where he could have gone for the water ring, and he had the second turn where he could have stood his Niten Master. And both times he chose not to go for the favor, and both times I think it ended up costing him.
I agree.
Okay, so what are we seeing now? What turn is
Oh,
this? Is this
contemplate
turn
Sparrow,
5?
Suzume. Okay, cool. This is literally just like all the Discord people.
Wow, this is turn 8.
Oh, Bill's pointing out why he didn't play Kazooie to stop the break, which he easily could have.
What kind of game goes to turn 8?
Usually it involves the Crab Clan, but at the moment, I guess it's this one.
How long have we been casting, by the way?
I don't know. I don't know how to tell.
Okay.
Oh wait, I can. OBS will tell me. We've been live for an hour and 41 minutes.
Okay, tight. Yes, that's not even close. Shoot and I had a game at the end of the previous league. It was like the second to last game, and it was like the second to last game in Swiss, and it took 2 hours and 45 minutes. And that was not great. That was one of my games that I was playing from the Czech Republic, and I had not super consistent internet. I was there for work, but yeah.
Oh, you're out in the Czech Republic. That's pretty sweet.
Yeah, man. I think for that game I was in Prague.
Oh, in Prague. Oh, my parents went to Austria, not Czech Republic.
Yeah.
I've heard Prague is
Prague's
like incredibly beautiful, like a lot of old architecture.
Yeah. Okay, we see Miramoto's Fury, but it gets Voice of Honor, predictably enough. Favorable ground moves Guest of Honor into the conflict. We're looking at 8-6.
She just plays a bonsai, right? And then he wins?
I don't know.
Oh, no, Komhl's got swords. He's got daishos.
I don't know. Yeah.
We can
we'll
see some
what
for
happens.
Shani. Oh, no, he's only got 2 cards in his hand.
Yeah, Shoot's low on cards. Shoot
Contesting
passes.
the fire ring.
Fire ring to dishonor Red
You
Sugu.
could dishonor Raitsugu and noble sack it if he redrew another noble sack.
Yeah, that seems reasonable.
Or he could be setting up for next turn when he has a higher chance of drawing a noble sack. He's gonna go down to 6 honor. Shoot again claims favor, and this Shizue. Oh, so now he swaps it to Paul favor because he's just gonna go all out Paul attack.
That makes sense. Those Kitsuki's methods are coming back.
All right. It's going to the next round. Now, are we gonna see? It's gonna be a political attack. All right, I need a straw poll. Type 1 if you think that Shoot will remember to use box. Type 0 if you don't.
Mean. That's a mean pull.
Is it?
I
Alright.
mean,
He hits Yoshi now. Now we're in trouble.
Enlightened Warrior, that's not the card you want to see. Actually, Enlightened Warrior is kind of never the card you want to see. I think it's terrible.
Yeah, I'm
Shoot passes very early. I can only imagine it's because he's enabling that
nothing
fate
but
versus
ones
death.
in chat. Excellent. I'm glad you guys. I'm glad
I
you
think
guys.
in this situation, even though Enlightened Warrior is a bad card, you still play it.
Yeah, I can't see why not. So Komhl's gonna one bid. if you're Shoot, do you just 5-bid to try and win, or is it too risky? Oh, Komhl 4-bids now! This is so random. He has no cards in his deck now.
Both bids are weird. Komhl's also about to run out of conflict cards.
Well, he has run out. His next draw card will reset his deck.
Yep. So the next time he draws a card, he's going down to 2 honor. That's really low. If I'm Shoot, I'd probably do an air attack here in light of that.
Oh, cool, excellent. Luke gave me a straw poll. I need to look. I'm still pretty new to this. Choose one, and we'll Shoot. Remember to use box. Choose one answer. Use box. Admit defeat. Excellent.
I actually think Shoot can take a dishonor win here pretty easily.
Yeah, you just challenge air, steal one. I think if Shoot had just been 1, he would have very easily been able to do a dishonor win.
Interestingly, both players are now even running low on cards in Dynasty.
We got 8 and 9. And with the number of broken provinces, there's only so many times you can just choose not to mulligan cards.
Will this game end on turn 9, or are we going to hit the double digits for number of turns?
Komhl was definitely way ahead. He made a couple of mistakes that snowballed. The Noble Sack on the Neaton Master, the not standing Yokuni. Like, he didn't contest favor like hard enough. Like, there was 2 moments where he could have grabbed favor. Shoot has had favor all game since turn 1, and there were 2 turns that Komhl could have stolen it, and then also him losing his Neaton Master for actual no reason. Yeah, Bill. Yeah, Bill. That's exactly right. So we see a fan on Yoshi to prevent him from getting bowed. Are we gonna see a preemptive Kitsuki's method on this right Sugu?
Ornate fan on Yoshi, probably to block the Nintendo Adept there.
Mm-hmm.
Komhl passes.
Alright, let's see. I think also Shoot made up a couple misplays. Like one misplay I see the most from Shoot is the turn that they decided to attack. He just blindly attacked and like he took the 25%er because there were three negative provinces and he hit the 25%er. Alright, here it comes. Shoot's got 4 cards. He can go up to 7. We know Shoot has a Fate Worse than Death in his hand. I think the game's over, actually. Shoot got a Fate Worse than Death from Tesla Skill. He's just gonna discard the favor and have Fate Worse than Death cost 2.
Yeah, so he could play a Fate Worse than Death. So he could play a Fate Worse than Death. And send one of those guys home and dishonor him, and then even if there's not the stronghold break, that'll be an honor loss, or that'll be -1 honor, and then air ring would be another -1 honor,
yeah,
and then 5 would be game over. And
no, Luke, he used that assassination on a Neaton Adept that had 2 fate, which Komhl played into that assassination for some reason.
Yeah, that was another truly bizarre play because Komhl knew that assassination was there, and he just, wow. Oh, and Enlightened Warrior gets the free fate.
Hell yeah! All right, so
Strength 17 versus strength 10.
So you see Fate Worse Than Death on. See, he didn't pre-play any attachments.
Yoshi gets routed without using his ability.
Wait, is Komhl playing 2 routes?
I guess. Yeah, 2 routes.
All right.
Okay, good use of route, but he's gonna come right back in. You gotta watch out.
Yeah, if he uses a bonsai, that's 6 from just Yoshi. All right, use box. Box has happened.
A10 adept on challenger.
Bill saying the route heard round the world.
Gotta hit that N10 adept on challenger here. I think that's 5 strength bad.
So we see a court games honoring Raitsugu.
Is he gonna try to pump strength and duel off the challenger? Oh, he's gonna duel off Shizue. That's actually strong. Yeah, Raitsugu duel off Shizue.
No, we can see Fate Worse Than Death on Raitsugu if he's really afraid of that.
Yeah, that's true.
Neaton Adept has not used his ability. You can see Fate Worse Than Death on that. Oh, never mind. We just put an attachment. Okay.
Yeah, so as I said earlier, Komhl should have used his Neaton Adept on that challenger rather than doing the thing that he did with Raitsugu.
Yeah, I think you first action. He also should have been pre-playing. He should have pre-played a Paul buff on his Raitsugu.
Yeah, you gotta use those things while you have them. On the other hand, Shoot probably should have pre-played his attachment, so...
Yeah, I mean, is he gonna try and duel his challenger to death?
No, duel Shizue. Duel Shizue off. If you duel Shizue off, you're still winning overall.
The problem is that Yoshi's just gonna come in and use his ability.
What?
On the next attack.
What happened? Did they pass their conflicts?
What?
No. Yoshi can't attack again. Because both players passed their first conflict.
Did someone play waning hostilities and we didn't notice?
No, they just both passed and we didn't notice. I don't know why they did that.
Yeah. Shoot passed and then Komhl passed their conflict opportunities. Chat, help us. Why did they do this?
This game is on a crash course for turn 10.
This game doesn't make any sense.
No. We were saying earlier that I think a lot of players do not pass conflict enough. This game, I think maybe they were passing their conflicts a little too much. I'm not sure, though. Okay, what's going on here? I guess Shoot is musing over whether to Fate Worse Than Death. Yep, he's done it. What? And then favorable ground to move Sugu in? Does he not realize that Fate blanks you?
Yeah,
That's a misplay.
Is it, though? What is he going to use favorable ground for otherwise?
Move one of his guys out and swing. Oh, but
no, but then Yoshi gets to Yoshi gets to use his ability.
Well, I don't know. Don't know what's happening.
I don't know what I've been told.
I think he should have just dueled away earlier instead of pumping more stats on there.
Yeah, and if the challenger was bowed right now, so the Shizue should be dead and the challenger should be bowed. and then Komhl would have won this conflict.
But yeah, big mismanagement of the fight from Komhl, and that might be the game.
No, he has methods in his hand.
Why does that matter? Oh, I guess
he just doesn't know it's blanked.
What did he use his stronghold on? Did he use his stronghold on Raitsugu?
Yeah.
Why? He doesn't realize that Raitsugu's blanked. That's so wasteful. He must think that he's gonna duel off the challenger here.
Look, it's 1:30 here. I got some chili to cook tonight, so I haven't had lunch either. Making some pork butt chili with my coworker gave me some dried Carolina Reapers that I'm going to be putting in the chili.
Shoot points out a Fate Worse Than Death blank Raitsugu. Komhl says, I noticed.
And now we see not too often that comes into play.
That's not right.
We're getting an RTFC moment.
This is a really bizarre game.
I'm so confused on why Shoot passed this first conflict going first as first player.
I think a lot of things here didn't make sense to me.
RTFC? Oh yeah, click. Do you need me to spell it out for you, or did you end up getting it?
Okay, that D10 adept right here, right now. Let's do it. Let's bow out that challenger and take the conflict win. Do it, Komhl. We believe in you.
You know what, Luke? I do it with your park, but
Okay,
there's
so
rules against that.
so I think that if Komhl had remembered to use his right Sugu, or had used his right Sugu to duel Shizue instead of the challenger, I think this situation might be survivable, but I don't know. Maybe it's still survivable. Both players have done some unusual and unorthodox
Yeah, if
plays.
he just killed the Shizue and bowed out the challenger, he wouldn't have had to worry about so much. And his board actually isn't even that bad, because presumably he has a duplicate. He now has a duplicate Kazuya to discard. He has a duplicate Kazuya to discard, so he will have that character. He would be at 1 honor.
Light Warrior's gonna stick around for a while.
Yeah, he would be at 1 honor. Ooh, we got Tagashi Noricage in the chat now. Man, with 36 viewers, we're doing it.
I think he'll still win this fight thanks to his adept.
Yeah, it's just a little messier than it should have been, and the Shizue is still gonna be alive when it shouldn't.
That's
be.
right.
So shoot, disconnected now. Oh no.
Oh man, if shoot disconnects here, that would be what do the judges say? What happens if someone disconnects?
So Matrim answered. Matrim said, "It's difficult. If the game is even, then see if it can be rescheduled. If this is not possible or the non-DC player refuses, then use FFG timer rules. I will double check on Rega's view though. If the game is streamed, then the admin team can take a view once they see what happens."
Use the time rule. Okay, I'm just gonna say just a little bit of theory here. That's a extremely bad way to settle it.
Oh, I absolutely agree. I think that the admin team should view the game and should vote on whether and vote how they determine the game should go.
Because I'm just gonna say this. Look, the way those rules are written encourages disconnect.
Well, also this game
because if I'm winning on time rules and I just disconnect, I get a win. That's ridiculous. That's totally crazy.
Well, also this game is also literally twice the amount of time a normal game is.
I would I think, to be honest, I think that the disconnect rule should be the disconnecting player loses.
Luke with the time rule is shoot wins, right? I'm pro that.
I think I think, you know, if the league admins are listening to this cast, I think DC just needs to be a straight loss. I think anything else encourages bad behavior. And we may actually get a chance to see that because Shoot does not seem to be connected to the game.
All right, I'm seeing if I need to basically get.
I'll also say this, you know, I have myself engaged in bad behavior of this sort before. There was a league online in Conquest where the disconnect rule was the game is just void, and there were several games where I just like disconnected from the game. In situations that were unfavorable. I consider this to be cheating in terms of the way the game should be played, but if your league rules encourage it, you could end up in trouble.
Yeah, I know in some Hearthstone tournaments, people would just DC when the game is unfavorable for them and just redo it.
Yeah, and I'll be very clear. You know, I think that's bad sportsmanship. I think it's cheating with the way the game is supposed to be played. I think it's unsound, and I think it's important that you have tournament and league rules that don't encourage it.
I agree.
That's not meant as an excuse. That's just meant as, you know, there are going to be some people who are going to fall prey to temptation, and you got to make it so that the system encourages.
You just have to have a hard and fast rule, and, you know, explain that we understand that internet problems do suck, but it is what it is. Like, I mean,
yeah, it is what it is. You know, go to some place where you can plug in with Ethernet or something if that's what's necessary. But the connection problems are a serious issue.
I need to like PM and actually just talk. Rega is not online right now, which is slightly unfortunate.
Shoot's back. He says pretty frustrating and sorry.
Oh, excellent. All right, cool.
Oh,
DC'd again.
Just kidding. Oh, he's back.
Indeed, very frustrating. I agree, Komhl.
This is a little other league history. There was an earlier game that I was in. It was actually the game against Bill where I got knocked out of the previous league, where my connection was so bad and laggy.
Oh, is this
that
one where you're in Prague?
Yeah. So this was one where I wasn't even in Prague. I was in like the outskirts because we were doing it. We were doing these events, and we had them in a venue that was outside the city. And the internet was really bad, and it was so bad that the tabletop simulator physics was glitching out because of laggy inputs.
Komhl died.
Komhl died.
His internet app got dishonored.
His doomed Shigen.
Sorry. His Doom Shigenja. Why didn't he just bow?
Why did he dishonor?
Yeah, why didn't he bow it?
Okay, he just lost the game for no reason.
Yeah, because if he bows it, he's still up 1, and he makes Shoot play one more card.
Okay, so
Alright, sorry. Continue your story.
Anyway, so that game was lagging so much that I couldn't move the pieces because the physics in Tabletop Simulator would go crazy because it would lag and then suddenly interpret things as having moved very fast, and they would fly across the board. And as a result, I had to say what my moves were to the admin.
Oh, and then have them do it for you?
Manipulate my cards for me.
Komhl saying he thinks he misplays there. Shoot says indeed. Komhl says locks focus due to the connections.
So I will say this. I think that Komhl is probably not in a favorable position, even assuming that he didn't misplay that. That said, he did also just lose the game for no good reason. I mean, he hasn't actually lost yet, but he's going to have to draw a card.
He's going to lose
and then
draw
he loses
step.
5 honor and loses.
Yeah, he's going to lose in draw step.
Yep. It's very unfortunate in my opinion because I do think that he really botched that last conflict.
You know what? You know what else that would have happened if he just duels. Wait, Shoot didn't have any cards in his hand, so if he just bowed, he wins.
Yes, I know.
Oh wow. Anyways, also if he just dueled the Shizoe with the right Sugu when he had the opportunity, Shoot wouldn't have had a courtier in the conflict.
Also true. So I think multiple elements of the conflict management went wrong in that last turn for Komhl. So if I were Komhl, I would use Imperial Storehouse to lose the game in a classy way.
Yep, I would lose it in Dynasty. Turn 10, Dynasty phase.
I don't know why they're even discussing anything or thinking. The game is, in fact, over. As soon as they go to Dynasty phase. Komhl says he wishes he had one more honor.
If he had not dishonored
if he had not misplayed, he would. Also, Komhl, I'm sorry, man. I feel like our cast has gotten a little negative in this last bit. I do think that you...
I think both players have made a lot of mistakes. Because it's a 10-turn game, and you're going to make a lot of mistakes over the course of such a long game. However,
yeah, that's true.
What happened was, I think Komhl made slightly larger and slightly more impactful mistakes, and that ended up snowballing and having Shoot win the game. I think if
that's a fair read. That's a fair read.
Yeah, I think if Komhl had kept his mistakes small, like Shoot's mistakes have been, I think he might have been able to win. But
Shoot says, "Let's draw."
Yep. Like a spaghetti western, Komhl draws his weapon and shoots blanks. Unfortunate.
Yeah. Game over.
That was an incredible game. Like I'm definitely glad I was here to cast it. Like it was pretty awesome.
You know, I will also say if Komhl had lived on honor, he actually has a chance here.
Oh, his board's pretty good right here.
His board is better, and he has 10 cards to 1.
He actually flipped it. He actually flipped the Yaruma. Also, he could have, if he has a charge, which I'm pretty sure he does. He could charge Yaruma on the rally.
Oh, that would be hype. Shoot says that he made many mistakes, and unfortunately, we have to agree. But as Komhl pointed out, it was an awesome game. There was a lot of exciting stuff going on.
Shoot said that he might not be available for an interview because it's late, but I'll ask him.
Okay, you know. I suspect that if he was maybe not going to be available and then he had like a 2-hour game, might pass. But
I'll ask him. I mean, look, my mom taught me at a young age the worst that people can say is no.
Oh, yep. Shoot is gonna go for the interview. Bravo.
I know Shoot has told me in previous. Let's see. Shoot has told me in previous conversations with him that he might not be. He says that his English, he's not very confident in it, so we'll see.
I think I've talked with him in the previous thing.
Oh, I believe it. He was just saying that it's tough sometimes trying to convey your points if it's not your native tongue.
Yeah.
No one can fall asleep immediately after a game like that. I agree, Luke. He's just a modest Frenchman. Oh, I believe it. See, I give props to anybody who speaks more than one language, because that means that you speak the language that I speak, along with any language that I can't speak. So you already can speak better than I can.
Yeah, I speak English and I speak very bad French.
All right. So maybe. Shoot, you there?
Yeah.
All right. So Kingsley has volunteered to do this interview in French.
No, I have. Man, definitely not.
We can do this.
I don't think that I have spoken any. I don't think I have spoken French in an actual conversation since like freshman year of college.
I took French in a I took French in up through sophomore year of high school. So that let's see, 2005. So it's been 13 years.
Congratulations to Chutereve.
Thank you.
Yeah, for sure.
Thank you. Speaking in French is a good training. You should try it. Really.
That game was pretty sick, man. 10 turns.
Yeah. I was really frustrated with my plays. I think I did a lot of mistakes because I was quite stressed. So mistakes that I don't do usually. So yeah. It was hard psychologically for me to see myself do a lot of mistakes, especially in early games, I think.
Yeah, you can go back and watch and just kind of see what our opinions were, but it seemed like you had a game plan going into it where you were basically aggressively passing conflict until you found Cautious Scout.
Yes, it was a plan. Indeed, I played many games against Dragon, and a lot of time when I try to attack without Scout, it's turned not really well. So I was hoping to see a Scout quickly, but it wasn't the case.
It was really funny. So the turn that you decided to turn the corner, you bid 1 to go to 9 cards. So then you put a sword on your challenger to go to 8 cards, and then you just attacked with your challenger, and we're just like.
Yeah.
We were thinking about the situation, and we're like, you had 25% chance to hit the right province, and if you hit Feast or Famine, we think you would have lost the game on the spot because he had charged his Yokuni into play that turn.
Yeah, but
so we're just like, if you hit Feast or Famine, I think that's the game. If you hit Shameful, it's not great, and if you hit Resto, that's also not great. But then you hit Public Forum, and you must have literally jumped out of your chair and just did a dance.
Yeah. I was quite happy. So the situation was, if I remember it correctly, I was forced to attack at some point because he was taking slowly the advantage.
Mm-hmm.
So it was just losing if I just pass again and again.
Yeah,
so
we were saying that as well.
Yeah, so I had to risk it without Scout, and yeah, I was quite happy to see Public Forum.
Yeah, for sure.
It paid off.
So there was a turn. So we think the turning point was there was a turn when Komhl he challenged Earthring. If he had just challenged, I think if he challenged Water Ring, there's a turn he challenges Water Ring, and he can stand his Yokuni to steal favor from you, even though you have the Palace.
Yeah.
And then he ended up having to use Cloud the Mind on your Shizue. Instead, if he just stolen favor from you, it would have died.
I really liked that.
Those Shizues were sick. So you had one honored one with a sword, and then you had another honored one that just stuck around the whole game.
Yeah, you're getting a lot of value out of those cards.
Yeah, it's not every game like this, but Shizue is, even without favor, which is not that bad. So I think she's worth including in our deck. So yeah, I was lucky with Chizue on Palace turn 1. That was the two lucky things.
Was this a game plan that you've done before, where if you turn 1 flop Imperial Palace that you keep it the whole game?
Yeah. So it's not determining everything, but yeah. From my testing, it's easier to pull off passive plays when you have Palace. So I can just wait for Yoshi. And when I have Yoshi, I'm taking the advantage. So that was one thing that was convincing me to not attack without Osios Code.
Because you just have this Palace getting you the favor every turn.
Oh yeah, I think he should have attacked. Really focus all his force on the Palace.
Yeah, that's what Kingsley was trying to hammer that home. He was just saying, just attack this Palace, man.
Yeah. He did some mistake. He played, I think, still pretty well, better than I expected, because I already fucked him on Gikoku, and his play were good but not stellar.
Sure.
So
I think in the cast we pointed out basically the way this game kind of summed out for me was the way you both played, you both made mistakes. The problem was that he made slightly larger mistakes than you, and they ended up snowballing.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Both players make so. I tell this to a lot of players. Like, a lot of players are just like, what's the fastest way, or like, what's the best way to improve? And it's just like, don't make small mistakes. Like, just play really tight.
Yeah.
Because even if you're behind and you're playing tight, you're not giving away percentage points. So if I'm losing a game and I'm in like a 60-40 position, but I play tight in my 40% position, if my opponent makes mistakes, they'll eventually give me percentage points where I can come back. Whereas if I make mistakes and I start hemorrhaging percentage points, I'll never come back.
Yeah. I was really hoping to him to make larger mistake than me. I think the last part of the game I played it well, but the game went to that point because I made mistake, and he made larger mistake probably too. So he would have won clearly without any mistake. But
yeah, I think I agree. I think I agreed that I think he would have actually won if he had made 0 mistakes. Like if I think the turn where he didn't contest favor, because after he gave up favor, you flipped Yoshi, and that was the beginning of the end, I think.
Yeah, he had also a strange opportunity, and he didn't take it. He could ready Niten Master at the end
and
of
take
the turn.
favor. Yeah.
Yeah.
And we knew he had a sword too. Also, what he could have done is he could have readied Niten Master. And when you attacked with Cautious Scout, you hit Shameful Display. He could have, when he assassinated your Cautious Scout, he could have blocked with his 2 standing characters and then honored his Neaton Master and dishonored his Mendicant.
Yeah.
I was rooting for him to play that katana on the stream. I was like, all right, come on, man, play that, stand him up.
Yeah, so you just stand in there, and then the other turn he walked into Noble Sack. Like, he actually just walked into the Noble Sacrifice that he knew you had.
Oh yeah. He saw my hand. He walked into.
He saw your
it.
hand like 4 straight turns, because you must be going after this game. You're gonna go find every copy of Katsuki Investigator that you own and rip them.
Yeah, it was really frustrating because if he was a really good player, he could have played around everything. So I was pretty happy that he didn't play around the Noble Sacrifice or some admit defeat at some point.
Mm-hmm.
I think.
Yeah.
I think he saw your hand every turn for like 5 straight turns.
Katsuki Investigator is such an annoying card to play against. It's one of my least favorite cards to play against.
It also was really bad for you, Shoot, because you were playing this very passive style, right? So him putting the Fate on the rings never really came back to bite him because you just weren't attacking.
Yeah. At some point, I think there was 3 Fate on a ring or
There
something
was
like
4. He got 4 Fate off of the air ring.
Oh yeah, I could have taken at some point the ring with the Fate on it, but I think I decided to pass the conflict. It was painful, but still think it was probably the right move in the situation. But
hey, if you have a game plan, you stuck to it. I mean, the worst thing you want to do is abandon your game plan and then lose because of it.
Yeah, because from my experience, the deck has a good win rate with being passive at the start of the game, and not very much with being more tempo, more aggressive against Dragon. Sometimes there's opening, but you must see them, and it's quite rare.
That's fair. Kingsley, do you have any questions to ask? Shoot, I think I'm good right now.
No, I think I'm good, man. Congratulations on your win, and best of luck in the rest of the league.
Thank you.
Yep.
I hope that I will make a little less mistake next time.
Let's see who you're playing real quick, or who you are potentially going to be playing. So
Yeah, let's check that. Let's check that bracket.
you're going to be playing against either Kai, another dragon player, or Shoshiro Kaseki, scorpion player.
Oh.
Do you have a preference on who you'd on like what clan you'd prefer to play against?
Certainly Kiseki, but Scorpion. But I still think the deck is good and have a shot against Dragon Crab. It's an uphill battle, but if I don't make as many mistakes as I did, the deck has maybe not 50% chance, but still close. So
Yeah, we were remarking on that earlier. Were you the one who created this this deck concept? We were I thought that you were, but I wasn't sure if someone else had come up with it in the Crane chat.
It could have been a collaboration between him and a bunch of other cranes.
I think the idea of putting a Fate worse than death in a Crane deck with Yoshi is not something especially new. I mean, a lot of people probably thought about this one, but yeah, I tried to make it the most competitive possible. So in my knowledge, I don't know other Crane player that try to do the same thing at the competitive level.
Do you know who the user Therian is? I don't know if I'm pronouncing his name correctly.
Say it again.
I typed it in chat.
Oh, Terion. Yeah.
He was playing on Jigoku. He's been playing that deck on Jigoku. He played Crane Scorpion. I watched him play against Kalimsha a couple times.
He was okay. He's the world champion actually, Terion.
Yeah.
Oh wait, that's the
Yeah, that's him, dude. He's normally on there playing some land.
Yeah, I saw him playing Crane, and I saw him playing with Scorpion Splash, and I saw him playing against Kalimsha, and they were talking in French a couple times.
Okay.
I think he was beta tester, so he had probably a better knowledge of some card, and he saw the potential of the card probably. But I'm happy that that Crane player or people playing Crane see the potential of the card, because I think it's still underrated in Crane. The other Crane player, except one, I think, bring mainly Dragon Splash.
Yeah, I played the other person, I think, who was playing Scorpion Splash. I played him in round 1.
Yeah.
I think you watched that game, actually.
I probably watched it. I can't remember. I think there was 2 Crane player with Scorpion Splash. One with a Fate worse than death, and one without, if I'm not mistaken.
The person I played around 1 has played your exact deck list.
Okay, yeah. I think we talked a little about it.
I'm playing against Eric.
Contreras.
Yeah, I'm playing against Eric next. I know Eric's a very good Crane player, and then I could play against Micah after that. So I've got Cranes. I've got Cranes coming up, man.
All the way.
Well, Micah hasn't played his game yet, right?
No, Micah's playing against Yuji, so I could play against Yuji also. I mean, it's Crane or Scorpion. Like, I guess I'm gonna for shame's coming, right?
Hey, and then if I'm if I end up victorious over Heinzel,
we're gonna have the first dragon.
You end up victorious in your games. We're gonna face off in the quarterfinals.
Yep.
It's terrible. I think Dragon Mirror must be boring, but
it's not that bad.
Dragon Mirror is okay now. When it was Dragon Phoenix versus Dragon Phoenix, that was so garbage. That was one of the dumbest matches because Display of Power is incredibly huge. And it's just crazy. And then additionally, Against the Waves is ridiculous because Yokuni is one of the best cards you can play in the mirror, except both people have Against the Waves. So it's really a lot of variance in that matchup.
Yeah, it's probably better now, but I still think it's maybe not a matchup really exciting to watch.
No, not the hypest matchup out there.
Yeah, I'm voting for Crane in this tournament.
Yeah, I would say Shoot has a pretty interesting road. So he's gonna play against another Dragon or Scorpion, but then on the bottom side of the bracket we see Scorpion, Phoenix, and Crab that could come after him. So that's pretty different.
Yeah, I think it's that if I win against Sky, I think it's Sky. It's not determined yet.
It's not determined yet. Kai still has to play Kaseki. I don't
Have
even know.
all the
Oh, okay.
Lions been knocked
Okay.
out of this tournament? No,
No,
no.
Sruman and Suke played, so one of them automatically advanced.
So at least one Lion will
There is
make it.
actually only one Lion left, and it is that they are the last Lion hope, and they have to play against a strong Scorpion opponent, which has historically been Lion favored. I think. Shen and I know Brian Crane are both strong. Fighting Waluna saying Suke won.
Interesting. Okay.
So we got Suke versus Shen or Brian Crane.
Both of those players are strong.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think right now, beginning the next round, we will only have really strong player still in air. Kalim Shah may not agree with me because he thinks that every player is bad, but
well, no.
Look,
Kalimsha still has to
know-
win his round of 32 match. You've already done that, so technically you're better than him at the moment because you're ahead of him.
2 years from now, when we're all looking back on it, I'm sure we're gonna laugh about things that everyone
Yeah.
did that were wrong. But
absolutely.
I think you kind of have to evaluate things by the standards that currently exist, and by those standards, I think we're gonna have some strong players, even if they end up being.
Bad down the road.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that was
It's
my point.
it's like this in every game. You have the people who are strong in the beginning, and then they become washed up or whatever, right? Like, I mean, that's just how it goes.
Or it's like, I mean, I don't know, like in Magic, there were early tournaments where people lost due to not knowing the rules. Like there was a tournament where I think it was actually the World Championships of Magic at one point. The winner legitimately won by DQ because the other person kept tapping his lands in the wrong order, or like he was like playing his cards before tapping his lands or something. Which wasn't allowed at that time.
another really problematic thing with early Magic was that cheating was very rampant.
Dubious.
If anyone in the chat wants to see one of the most dubious, watch Mark Justice versus Mike Long. It is two of the most famous cheaters playing in the finals of the World Championship. It's pretty incredible. Mike Long, I think, is the person who got you're not allowed to keep life with dice anymore, like as an official way to keep track of life, because dice can be jostled. And what happened was the table got jostled, and one person was keeping track of life with dice, and one person was using paper. And so the person who had dice, the dice went from like 16 to 8, and whoever had the paper was who they believed. So the person lost like 8 life for no reason.
Wow.
Yeah, but that was like the down of.
That was like literally the beginning of
games.
the game.
Yeah.
Like, but that's where we're at now, right? Like, I mean, we're at the beginning of this game. It just so happens that we're in the era we're in right now. You have people thinking about it very differently.
Yeah. Thankfully, I think there's not a lot of cheater right now in the community, but who knows?
I think we're getting pretty good.
Yeah.
Look, QQ. I mean, it is rampant, but it's not nearly as bad as it was before.
I don't know. Wasn't there some guy who got? Wasn't there some guy who recently was like the rookie of the year in Magic, but he got DQ'd?
Oh,
and
yeah,
thrown
so,
out because there were videos of him cheating.
Yeah, the most recent wave of cheating was it was shuffle cheating. Basically, they would false shuffle their opponent's deck after they'd thumb cards to the top and stuff. It was basically stacking your opponent's deck.
I think for me though, I gotta say the all-time funniest story about cheating in tournaments is still the "This is from him" guy in Conquest. That was absolutely wild.
Story?
If any of you guys want, I'm not gonna go into it now because it's long and bizarre.
Oh, is there a
But,
video?
there is a video, but it just Google search in quotes "This is from him," and maybe add Conquest if you have to, because it's a wild story.
All right, cool. I found it. All right, I will be reading this while I'm cooking.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, I'm gonna. I think
I
we're gonna end this here. Thanks again, Shoot, for joining us.
And congratulations on your victory.
Yep, we hope to
Okay.
cast more of your games.
Yeah. I hope I will stay longer in this tournament.
Wait,
Sounds
you
good.
made it to the top 4 last time, right?
Oh yeah. Yeah, I lost against Bill.
Oh, okay.
Okay, see you.
All right, take care, guys.
But
All right, guys. Remember, if you really enjoy the stream and really enjoy the content that I put out, I do have a sub button now. I would greatly appreciate any support. It will buy me food and caffeine to keep streaming for you guys. All right, take care.